Hello? 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 Hello, guys? Hello? Hello? Hey, what's up, guys? Hello? Hello, guys? I don't know why it's not showing up in my... Hello? Hey, what's up, guys? Hello? What's up, man? It's so weird, my streaming software is not telling me that I'm streaming right now. So I'm having a lot of trouble. Or YouTube's not telling me that I'm streaming. So I kind of have to rely that you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, you're too kind. What's up, man? So, yeah, I've been having a lot of problems with copyright bullshit lately. Apologize for my language. This is going to be very much more off script than my videos. But, yeah, I've been having a lot of problems. Fox Sports took both my Spence Porter videos down, and I can't fight them. YouTube won't let me fight them, so I'm having a lot of trouble with that. If I get any more copyright strikes, they'll take my channel down. Yeah, so kind of got to figure out a different way to get some content out other than doing the new fights and post-fight breakdowns. But anyway, what's up, guys? What are you guys doing? You guys excited to watch some boxing? What's up, guys? What are you guys doing? You guys excited to watch some boxing? Maybe. No? I don't know. It's so weird. Like with the comments. What's up, guys? What are you guys doing? Looking at the chat or whatever. Or listening to my chat, listening to me talk or whatever. But, yeah. Oh, I got a comment on that one. Oh, whoops. Okay, now my channel's live. That's what it's saying. But it doesn't say that it's live on my other thing. This is so weird. But, yeah, I saw that you said that. Yeah, that's fascinating. I wonder if we score it, you guys want to score it, or what do you guys want to do? You guys want to just watch it, score it? Okay, it's telling me I'm live. I don't know how to connect my streaming software. Anyway, whatever. Let's get the fight going. Yeah. Breakdown. Okay. Let's see. I can see your guys' comments while I'm playing the video. So let me know if the fight's too loud or if I'm not loud enough or whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch the fight. Score it. Oh man, that's crazy. It's so hard to score. Scoring is really hard. But let's see. Ooh, Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah. In my head I was like, why was Sugar Ray Leonard right there? But in my head, actually, I've been watching Tommy Hearns all day. I've been watching him. I watched him fight. Um, what's that boy's name? Wilfredo Benitez. And man, what a fight that was! That was so dope. That fight was so good. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I'll turn the volume up a little bit. Ooh, and the stone. He's so good, man. This was like kind of like one of those fights you would just never expect Sugar Ray Leonard to have lost this fight, you know, which is so crazy. Coming out immediately. Oh man, this is a new software for me too. I don't know how to actually. Yeah, let me figure that out too. View, because I can't use I normally use Why were old fighters so glossy? Number one, they would they would uh they would warm up better. Fighters don't even warm up anymore. You know, like get loose. You know, they don't do that shit anymore. You know, or like maybe they threw baby oil on them. I don't know. Man, shut up, boy. Why you gotta put me on blast like that? But let me find the. There's gotta be video and frame touch hotkeys. Why is there no hotkeys for this? Navigate, play, number pad, hotkeys. No, shaders, audio, video, volume, after play. Let's see. So space bars, pause, of course. And what does that do? Okay, tell me what I'm watching. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna press that button. B. V-Sync. Okay, I don't know what that means. X, no. Z. A does audio. Whoops. Download subtitles. No, we don't need that. Don't worry, we'll get back to boxing. I'm just trying to figure out the hotkeys for like slow-mo and stuff. Oh, okay, maybe this is something. Oops. No, the problem with my voice? Yeah, I sound like a little fucking kid, man. Cause I don't know why I sound like a little kid, but I do. Hey guys! System default I don't know. Keys. Oh, keys. Ah, here it is. Cool, cool. Let's see. Dun dun dun. Yeah, thank you, bro. I sound normal to him, bro. Frame step number 9. Let's see what that does. Okay, I can't. Okay, so let's just. Is that number pad 9? I think that's number pad 9. Frame step forward, number 9. Frame step back, number 7. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's sick. Look at that. Oh, forward and back. That's easy peasy. All right, cool. Let's go. Let's go back. All right. All right. Sugar. Baby. Leonard. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Actually, let's take a look at this again. Save, frame, play, pause, frame, step forward, go to, no. Increase rate, control up arrow. Decrease rate, control down. Okay. Yeah. Control up. Oh shit. Double speed, look at that. Oh damn, they're flying. Okay. Yeah, well they get a good sweat. They used to warm up because boxing used to be about, you know, being I don't want to say like being an athlete, you know, but fighters they're just not the same anymore. They're just not the same. I don't know. They're not as fast. I know people think boxers hit harder today. You know, like Paulie Malignaggi went on this crazy rant, talking about how, you know, fighters today, they're stronger, they're faster, they hit harder, they're better conditioned, and like all these things. And like he competed in one of the best eras of boxing. And it's like it's horseshit. It's horseshit. You know. Number one, the fighters back in the day were killers because you couldn't just take a bunch of pills. Oh, well, I'm not even watching the fight. My bad. I'm just going on. Anyway, all right. Now we got Sugar Ray Leonard doing some good feinting. If fighters hit harder, why is well, Paulie was an athlete. He was never a fighter. You know, maybe growing up, I don't know, but Paulie's punch technique is just shit. He just tries to touch you. You know, he's got that kind of really crappy American style where they kind of try to teach you to get your hand out there, touch them, and then get your hand back as fast as possible, right? So if you bring your hand back as soon as you make contact, you have no power in your shot. And that's how Paulie learned to fight, was just touching guys, right? It's a problem with the American amateur system. It's just horse crap, you know? Like, what are you going to teach them? I don't know. Don't get me on that, man. But I like that from Duran here. Look at how he's on his front foot, right? His active guard, right? And look at how he takes these steps, right? Slipping, and this is the same motion that he uses to throw his right hand, right? But as he comes off the line, beautiful, right? He's about to transition his weight again after stepping on the front foot, boom, and he knows he wants to keep going. Control Sugar Ray Leonard. Now look at Sugar Ray Leonard's head right here too, right? So Sugar Ray Leonard, what he wants to do, right? He's on the back foot here, right? He wants to cross his head over from his back foot to his front foot, right? Remember we talk about that slipping motion, one side to the other, right? Transition your weight. Well, he wants to do that in this position here while they have this amount of space and this amount of distance. This is going to be a perfect spot for Sugar Ray Leonard to come over the top with the right hand because Duran's on his front foot, right? Look where his head is. All his weight is on his front leg. So he's not going to be able to get away from that shot. So Sugar Ray Leonard wants to attack right here, but Duran sees that he's out of position here. He knows he has to control him while he's out of position and keep Sugar Ray Leonard from crossing his head over the line by shooting a jab at him. But anyway, coming forward. This is, man, I watched this clip earlier. I was like, man, why is this slip so ugly? Look at how far back he pulls from that shot right there. Bump. Right? Bah, look at how far back he is. I wonder why he's kind of panicking there. I don't know. Very out of character, in my opinion. But, good feinting again. Ooh, and look at that, man. What a killer. What a killer. Oops, I went too far back. As soon as he gets Leonard out of position, he starts attacking. I think I went too far back or too far forward. But we're just going to keep going. My bad. Whoops. Bum. Whoops. Yeah, he did, right? He did. I think he did too. Actually, let me find out how to go back a little bit, like 5 seconds back, because I'm never going to be able to do this very effectively. Decrease rate audio. Delay 10. Okay, jump forward small. Okay, jump forward small, jump backwards small. So 6 and 4. 6 and 4. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, that's cool. All right, he didn't see Sugar Ray in the mirror that night. Yo, what's up, Kaijo? What's up, man? Smash the like button. Yeah, buddies. Well, part of it is going to be like the build up to the fight, but also part of it is going to be fighting somebody like Roberto Duran, right? Like, think about all the people that Leonard fought that were intimidated by him, that are just trying to not get knocked out, right? And then you've got this guy who's coming in to knock you out, right? He's also going to have that really active guard, and that's something that's like really impressive about Duran. Like, he's so hard to hit clean. Like, just look as he leans. He's leaning on the front foot, right, Bob? And he's about to lean on the front foot again. And, you know, Leonard does the right thing, feints him with the jab, gets him to walk into the right hand, but Duran is just so quick, he's still able to get out of it. That's because he has such an active guard. He's so used to moving and transitioning his weight. Now, transitioning your weight is the key to having an active guard. It's the whole reason that it works, because you have to transition your weight to throw punches, right? But, again, coming forward. And look at the control that Duran is looking to seek from Leonard here, right? Let's go back just a little bit, right? Coming forward. Whoops. I might have performance issues, guys. My computer's not built for this. But, Ray said that he was going to box him, but after Duran insulted his wife, yeah, I think I saw that too. But, look at this, though, right? Normally, Sugar Ray Leonard's pretty fast. Normally, Sugar Ray Leonard is pretty... maybe disguises his punches pretty well, but look at the control that he has over Leonard here, right? The last 2 attacks that Leonard has shot out, he's had no real feints or no real probes. He's had no information on Duran. He doesn't know how Duran's going to react. And now we have him leaning on the front foot, baiting that jab, right? We can see that that's something that Duran has been good at, something that he does well. Look at how when he steps on that front foot, boom, and he can still feint off of it, right? He doesn't lose control of his weight. Oh, man, beautiful. Nope, kind of gets a little pieced up right there. Doesn't look that great. But beautiful right there. Feint the jab, slip to the to the outside of him, inside, outside, inside. Can I not make it back? Why didn't it go back yet? Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. Boom, shoot the right hand, slips all his way to the right foot in case a counter comes, rolls under it, comes back with another shot, and then gets back into position to keep controlling him. Control, control. Whoops. Oh, it doesn't all the way. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. But again, right? Sugar Ray Leonard relying on being fast, right? Now the key to that, right, is what does Sugar Ray Leonard want to do with his jab? Do you ever watch MMA? Motherfucker, I love MMA. I watch more MMA than boxing, yo. I think MMA is the only thing that like I'll go read like headlines of boxing articles and stuff like to get the news because you don't have to read the article to get it. So I'll just go look at headlines. Oh, what's happening? Who got signed? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? But I watch MMA stuff. MMA World, love that channel. Those guys are hilarious and they have great MMA stuff. But Israel Adesanya, I picked him to KO Whitaker. I picked it that if Whitaker didn't try to take him down at all, that Adesanya would knock him out. I made a bet at my gym with the guy, 100 push-ups to the winner, and I won, so he had to do 100 push-ups for me. I also picked TJ Dillashaw to knock out Cody Garbrandt in the first round, actually, in both fights. Cody Garbrandt is garbage. His boxing is trash. The only reason he beat, what's that boy's name? Cruz. The only reason he beat Cruz is because Cruz was impatient, you know, but Cody Garbrandt really doesn't know how to box at all. He's a good puncher, but I don't know why. Dude, because he's a skinny something, bruh. Oh, man, I haven't been working on it. Man, I've been so busy. I got a lot of things going on right now, and I've been working on some other stuff, but the website articles, I'm looking to get them started again, too. I've been dealing with a lot right now with all the, I think he was the underdog. I thought he was the underdog, too. I don't know. But I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. But I've been dealing with a lot of stuff with the copyright stuff, and my website editor, they quit. So I don't know, just a lot of weird stuff going on, and I'm trying to, you know, make time to watch this breakdown too. But anyway, what I was gonna say is what Sugar Ray Leonard wants to do here, right? And actually, we can go back to this this attack that he made earlier. This is the beginning of the fight. Let's see. Where is it? We probably went too far back. Yeah, bro. Oh, let's see. When we see the clip again, when I see the clip again, I'll tell you what was happening. Outside. Why isn't there a ring timer or a round timer on this? Man. Oh, this right here. Channel that can compete with this channel is the one called... Yo, man, fuck that fool. That's bullshit, dude. Fuck that guy. That guy fucking steals my fucking content, dude. That's why his videos always come out after mine. Hidden gem. That guy's a fraud, dude. I don't want to talk shit about him, but that's another one of the problems I've been dealing with. That guy always puts videos out after my fucking video. He always uses the same fucking clips that I do, and he uses my same terminology. The reason he's an analyst on any of that stuff because he watches my channel. I see him commenting on my videos. So that fool, the only reason his shit's even close because he just copies mine. But BJJ Scout, I've never heard of that guy. But people send me messages about that hidden gem guy. They send me messages about him to my Facebook all the time. Hey man, is this guy copying your shit? Like, go back and watch his Lomachenko one. Yeah, he did one on Lomachenko versus Linares. And, oh, how does he only manage to figure out literally the only thing that I talk about, right? He only talks about the things that I talk about. Yeah, he fucking copies me. Fool, You know what? When I was thinking about that shit, I was like, you know what? Should I just call this fool out? I'll fly to that fool's gym. I'll fuck that fool up, man. But I was like, that was the first thing that went through my mind. Like, man, well, you know, but you gotta not be a little kid about shit. But to be serious though, like, that's what he's doing. So like when I use the videos and I copy stuff and I teach stuff, it's fair use, you know. But the way that he literally uses the same goddamn clips that I use, he steals all my terminology, and he talks about exactly the same things. Go beat him up and analyze it. But that's because he watches my channel. Hidden Gem watches my channel. I know. That's because he got it all from my channel. But well, the thing is, it's not even that he needs to ask. It's just literally copyright infringement. He's literally just stealing my content. He even uses the same fucking clips in the rounds that I do to explain it. So he's just being like a little cunt, you know. And like people send that shit to me. They send that shit and we're like, hey man, what's this guy doing? And people comment him and like, hey man, you this and that, you're this and that. And it's like, damn fool, where's my credit, yo? Anyway, let's get back to this breakdown. I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. So what does Leonard want to do, right? So the first thing you want to do when you're fighting your opponent, right? You have to control them, right? You have to control them. You can't just let them do whatever they want or they're going to kick your ass, right? So the first thing that you want to do is, and what does it mean to control your opponent, right? Well, the most dangerous thing that you can do to threaten your opponent is be shifting your weight, right? Because shifting your weight is a disguise of your attack, right? You slip to the left, right? Put your weight on your left leg. That's a disguise for a right hand, right? Or slipping to the right, right? That's the same as shooting a jab or throwing a left hook. So you're able to put your opponent into dangerous positions or threaten your opponent's position. Here, well, let's see, like a little bit of Duran first, right? So, oh, right there, right? Sugar Ray Leonard, right? If you watch him shift his weight to the left, to the right, to the left, right? And all those are threatening motions for Duran. Duran has to reanalyze what's going on in each of those motions, right? And that's like the idea behind having an active guard, is finding yeah, the active guard. Yeah, I want to do a Triple G Derevianchenko one, but oh, thank you, I guess. But I remember you called your channel a Hidden Gem a few months ago. He's had a channel for a little while. Anyway, I don't want to make my little first stream about that guy. Fuck that fool though. I'll fuck that fool up. But anyway, the first goal is to control your opponent, right? So you want to get their head stuck on one side of the line or the other, and that's how you know you're going to have control of them, right? Is if they're not transitioning their weight, because then the next time that they do transition their weight, you're going to have control of them. You're going to know when they're doing it, right? Because it's going to be off of a timing in which you control them, right? Feint, 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 and it fits into your natural motion, right? So right here, as Duran is crossing his head, watch his head back, forth. Well, let's put that in slow motion, actually. How do I do that? Control, speed, 0.25. So he's going to lean forward on the front foot, right? And as he's leaning on the front foot, he's going to be crossing his head from his back leg to his front leg. I don't know if he copied it. Oh, yeah. He's going to be transferring his weight from his back foot to his front foot. Now, what Leonard wants to do is, while he's bringing his head from his right foot to his back foot to his front foot, he wants to shoot the jab. Because if you shoot the jab as they're crossing that motion, you're going to catch them on the left side of their face, and you're going to get all the power in that shot, right? So he feints him here, right? And that's going to push, because Duran doesn't want to get hit by that shot, that's going to push Duran's head to the right side of his body, right? Now what he wants to do is feint him, get him to put his weight on his right side of the body, and then walk him into a right hand at the end of the weight transition, right? Now this is very, very, very similar to like a catch and counter style, right? So like there's two types of counters. You can counter your opponent during at the beginning of their weight transition, right? So that's like the flawless counter, or you can catch and counter style, where you attack them at the end of their weight transition. So think about that as two different types of counters, right? A counter, and I only use catch and counter style to explain it on my channel, but you're really catching them at the end of the weight transition, or you're catching them at the beginning of the weight transition, right? And that's the kind of theory, right, that you're kind of working within the ring. So you want to allow that idea to dictate all of your attacks, right? At what point in your opponent's weight transition are you attacking them? So anyway, this is what Duran is looking to do, right? So now notice that he's not really feinting. He's not really giving an active guard. He doesn't really make Duran think about what he's doing. Or he doesn't really think about what Duran's doing. He just kind of explodes out of his guard with this really basic 1-2 combo, right? And Duran gets under it. You know, it's not the first time he's seen a 1-2, right? But the idea there is that because Duran has such an active guard, he's able to strip the layers of Leonard's attacks, right? Because Leonard's not feinting, he's not giving the active guard, right? He's just kind of waiting, and now he says, okay, so what Duran's doing is transitioning his weight front back, front back, front back. He looks for the most opportune time to attack, right? And that's what he's looking for, is this very, very, very basic, rudimentary attack, right? The basic 1-2. And that's what your goal is for your 1-2. You want to isolate your opponent's head to one side of their body and then attack them, right? Now, if he were to shoot this feint here and then Duran were to slip to the outside or slip to the inside, he would still be able to walk him into that right hand, and it would be considered an attack on at the beginning of the weight transition, right? Rather than him slipping the direction of the shot, right? And then getting caught at the end of it. But anyway. Ali, Tyson, and Floyd Patterson. To be honest, bro, I've never seen Floyd Patterson fight. I've seen very, very few Ali fights, but Ali's very good. And Tyson is so tough, man. It's so tough because sometimes he looks like the greatest fighter of all time. You know? Am I a man, motherfucker? I don't know if I'm a man. Are you going to let a woman teach you how to fight? I might. So, does it matter? There you go. But anyway, again, Leonard not really layering his attacks, right? He's just trying to catch him. You've never seen Patterson versus Listen? No, actually, I didn't even know that they were in the same era. That's really interesting. I'm just fucking with you, bro. It's all good. But as you can see, because of the active guard of Duran, Leonard's having a very hard time getting Duran out of position. Now, Duran puts himself out of position to get caught with those punches here. Let's see what mistake he makes. Boom. Boom. Oh, he kind of gets stuck here. So, wait to... That's an interesting shift right there, right? So, in theory, his weight is just on his back leg and he hops this way. But look how he brings his hand around Sugar Ray Leonard right there. He kind of gets stuck right there, so he got massacred. I wanted to tie in what Fouts is saying about Duran too. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was funny. But anyway, Duran kind of gets stuck on the line here, and he doesn't get to transfer his weight across, and winds up getting caught with those shots. Just because he's a little wide with his attacks there. You're confused again. Henry Armstrong versus Ray Leonard. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Henry Armstrong either, and I don't actually think that Leonard is the greatest boxer either. He's pretty okay. I don't think he deserves to be one of the top 10 greatest fighters of all time. But he's okay. He's a phenomenal athlete, one of the greatest athletes. He's probably like the original Roy Jones in that regard. But anyway, here we go. Again, we see Duran trying to catch Leonard, or catch Duran. Ugh. Leonard trying to catch Duran as Duran is crossing his head over the line, right? Again, that's the timing in which he's trying to attack him. Top 10 welterweights of all time? I have no idea. I don't have that kind of boxing knowledge. Like, I'm not like an encyclopedia about it. You know, maybe that's somewhere like where Doug Fisher really fits into boxing, is knowing all that stuff. In spite of the fact that he knows nothing about how to box, he knows a lot about boxing, right? Even though those terms are not the same. But anyway, again, he's trying to catch Duran, transitioning his weight from the back foot to the front foot with the jab so that he can isolate his head and make his right hand count more. But again, because of the fact that he's looking to use that timing and he's not looking to... Yeah, definitely. I think he's the best one. I think Crawford is the best welterweight right now. I didn't want to pick Sean Porter to win against Errol Spence because I didn't think that if it went to the cards, he had any chance to win. No, mostly watch boxing from the 80s and on. I just watch random stuff. I don't know what I watch. Mostly, like, the last couple years has been a lot of contemporary stuff. I've been watching a lot of shitty fighters, just because that's what we have today. We have a lot of really crap fighters. Yeah, and that helps me do my my analysis, right? Because people are interested in contemporary fighters. Yeah. I think Loma's the GOAT, probably. I think he's probably the best fighter of all time. He kind of... You know, I don't want to take anything away from him because he's a southpaw, and most people don't have the experience fighting southpaws that he has fighting conventional fighters, right? So, like, I used to kind of think, like, oh, Manny Pacquiao... If Manny Pacquiao was a right-handed fighter, how good would Manny Pacquiao be, right? Who knows? I don't know. He's pretty good, to be honest. He's pretty good. His fight against David Diaz, pretty solid performance. But Hagler would probably kill Canelo. Yeah, those guys were real fighters back in the day. Real fighters. Canelo's a good fighter. But Hagler is just... He's tremendous. And Canelo's technique... Yeah, bro. Canelo's technique is not nearly as good as Hagler's, right? Hagler's a switch hitter, but Canelo has a lot of knee problems. And another problem that Canelo has, Pacquiao versus Loma right now, who wins? What if Pacquiao fought him in his prime? I don't know. No, I don't think that. I think about boxing and boxing knowledge, right? Like, Canelo would win by robbery. No, you're right. But that doesn't have any bearing on, like, boxing knowledge, like knowing how to fight, right? Pacquiao too big. Pacquiao might be too big for Loma. I don't know. Well, the real problem is that Loma doesn't fight super well going backwards, and Pacquiao doesn't fight going backwards. You know? So, you know what? I believe that. I believe that he is orthodox. But anyway, let's get back into the breakdown a little bit. Ooh, beautiful work there from... I think Fouts is talking skill-wise, like what you see in film. Yeah, he's turned on all the time. Yeah, he's turned on all the time. And then, like, sometimes fighters back in the day, they might not, right? And it's weird because, like, nutrition does play a lot of factors in it. The fact, like, who knows, right? Like, who knows how good somebody could have been, right? Like, somebody like Jack Dempsey, right? Who had to travel around, the country, fight 2-3 times a month, right? How much are they going to be compromised, right? But who Loma beat? Canelo fighting better names. Yo, what's up, man? What's up, Koran Bread? You're picking Kovalev to beat him? Oh, man. For Kovalev, I think just getting the fight is a win. Since he got robbed in the Andre Ward fight. I find that Pacquiao closes the distance a lot better than Loma. Pacquiao has a very specific game plan, though, right? And that's his game plan, is to close the distance and then use his athleticism and his speed to win fights, rather than whereas Loma looks to use his mind to land punches. Jackson, 2 extended layoffs, became a movie star. Yeah, that could be 2, but But my whole point in saying that was just that it's very difficult to compare fighters from now and back in the day, because the fighters back in the day, they don't have the access to, like, medical, any kind of, like, oh, you got a broken arm or you got a broken this or whatever. Canelo would destroy Ward. This Canelo right now, right? So, like, the Canelo of, like, 5 years ago, nah, Ward would school that kid. But Canelo today is pretty good. Prime Duran was more skilled than Loma. You think so? Man, I don't know. I think that he just had so much. Loma has so much craft, though. That's the thing, and, like, maybe I haven't seen enough of Duran to say that, but I don't know. As far as, like, the person that steals my heart in that welterweight division is Tommy Hearns. He's, like, one of my favorite fighters, like, hands down. I just think he's just so incredible. Duran would dominate Spence. Duran would absolutely kick his ass from pillar to post. It wouldn't be even a fight. Not even close. That would be like Barney Ross to beat a lot of people. Yeah. Duran was too mean for Loma. He'd have hurt Loma at lightweight. Yeah, maybe. Well, it's hard because Hearns would beat Mayweather. He would beat him senseless. Hearns is just... Man, I really wanted to watch Thomas Hearns versus... Oh, man, we're not even doing the breakdown. Goddamn classic Founts. But I really wanted to do Tommy Hearns versus Benitez. J-Rock. Oh, I want that fight so bad. I think people are sleeping on J-Rock, right? I'm sleeping on him too, to be honest. I think he's kind of in that camp with Usyk, right? Where it's like they're doing some good work at their weight class, while Usyk's about to hit that heavyweight jam, and he's about to maybe pick up some stock in that regard. But J-Rock is just flying under the radar after that knockout loss. Rigondeaux moving down to 118. Whatever. J-Rock beats Spence. I think he might, man. J-Rock, I'm a big fan of that guy. I'm a big fan. Ooh, he might fight Inoue? Oh, my God. That would be a big mistake for Inoue, to be honest. I think that would be a big, big, big mistake. I think that... Oh, God. That would be a big mistake. Inoue should run from that fight. Front foot, back foot, counter on the inside. Feinting, heart, toughness, and durability. Yeah. Duran was a really good fighter. Really good fighter. I'd have to watch more tape on him to decide whether he could beat Loma or not. I don't know. But I'm inclined to believe that you would just not compare the two, because it's fascinating because, like, if you think about it like this, just change the way that you think about it just a little bit. Without Michael Jordan, you would never have what's that fool's name? LeBron. You never have LeBron without Jordan. You wouldn't have Kobe without Jordan. You probably wouldn't have LeBron without Kobe, right? So maybe we wouldn't have Loma if it wasn't for Duran, right? Oh, that was a cool one, right? I like that one. Anyway, let's go back to the breakdown. I know people are kind of, tripping. But anyway, fuck. Look at this feint, you guys. Feint the jab, right? This is beautiful, you guys. I don't know if Rigo can clean up 122 now. I don't know. Rigo's been fighting really weird. These little guys, what are you talking about, little guys? You mean the real skill? Where the real skill at? Well, I get excited for the little guys, bro, because I'm only 5'6", so I'm a little guy. I used to fight at 119, so. But anyway, in your opinion, who has the best boxing in MMA? I think that's what you're asking. Adesanya. I think Adesanya is the best stand-up fighter in MMA. I've been picking him to be the champion for a long time. Little guys fight till their burger. Show the film. Conor McGregor, he's pretty good. Actually, McGregor has pretty good stand-up too. I'll be honest, he's good. So feint. Now, this is exactly the same thing that Leonard is trying to accomplish against Duran, right? So Duran says, I want to throw a straight right, or I want to at least feint him and get him into that that zone, right? So he feints him with the straight or with the jab, right? As he's about to cross his head over from one side of the line to the other. Feints him with the right hand. Is Inoue fighting any of the? I don't know. They're not gonna come. I know, bro. I know. Okay, okay. Uh, but anyway, feints him with the right hand and then transitions his weight. Look at he even gives him like a little shift, right? Look at how far out of position he gets him with the double feint, right? That's boxing, you guys. Look at how smart that is. So first off, shoots the jab, feints him. The hook, it looks like the hook is coming and he gets under it, right? After feinting with his right hand. Like, if you're going to throw an attack at somebody and you don't know how they're going to... I got Prograis at 55%. I think Prograis is going to beat Taylor just by a little bit. Yeah. Donaire versus Inoue. Dude, you know what? I've been picking against Inoue, and I wanted to pick against Inoue with the Donaire fight, but then I don't want to seem like a hater. But I don't actually know if I don't actually think Donaire is gonna win. But I do think he's a live underdog too. Like you say, with the better hook, right? I think that he has real potential to catch him with that hook, because man, that boy can swing. Actually, I used to train down the street from that guy, Nonito Donaire. Yeah, he used to train at a Undisputed around the corner. Joet Gonzalez Shakur dates the guy's sister? Whoa, that's savage, dude. Oh, man. Well, I guess that guy, he better not take the same beating that he gives his sister, you know? Oh, man. Anyway, feint. Great job of getting under the shot. Great job of baiting the counter, right? From Leonard. Actually, I'm not even sure Leonard's trying to throw a punch there. It looked kind of like it at first, but he's able to get him out of position. Hairline back in the fight, which is savage. Savage. But anyway, what I wanted to remark on is after the shot, right, the jab, look at the weight transfer, right? It's the exact same weight transfer as when he throws his right hand, right? And that's why he's able to sell that shot so well to get him with this left hand to the body. But notice that, again, it's exactly the same strategy, right? Get his head one side of the line, right? Now, for Leonard, because his head is being stuck on the right side of the line, his natural attack right here is going to be the left hook, right? That's how all his power is going to be in that shot. Duran's able to get under it and then come in with the shot. So, like, beautiful boxing from Duran, right? It looks like he's already a step ahead of Leonard in terms of knowing what to expect from his opponent, right? He knows that if he catches him transitioning his weight from that line and then he crosses his weight back to the other side of the line, that the hook is going to be coming. He's already prepared to get away from the hook. And also, what I want to point out, right, this left hook right here, if this were to come at Duran, this would be a catch and counter style left hook, right? Because you're catching your opponent at the end of their weight transition, right? So when all the weight goes on from the back leg to the front leg, his head is stuck on his front leg, and then that hook is going to come, right? And that's why sometimes the left hook counters the right hand. Sometimes. Although I would prefer to wait and just come with the right uppercut instead from the same zone. Jose Napoles is a top 5 welterweight to me. I don't know who that guy is, man. So maybe boxing nerd. But again, getting back to the fight, look at how much more active of a guard Duran has than Sugar Ray Leonard, right? Bouncing, front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg, right? Constantly transitioning his weight just a little bit. Napoleon Dynamite. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, huh, what? But feinting, right? And then Duran, and then you have Leonard again, right? Giving away all of his knowledge, right? Oh man, I've got a video I'm making on that right now. Actually, I got all the clips. I could go over it on my stream too. Actually, that'd be cool, maybe. But Devin Haney, I still want you to watch my video about it. But Devin Haney is a joke. He's literally one step ahead of Ryan Garcia right now. One step. And we can see how vulnerable Ryan Garcia looks. Seriously see him fight. Best Cuban fighter of all time. I'll check it out, man. Yeah, I'll try to remember that name. Jose Napoles. Errol Spencer's fighting Danny Garcia. I think it will be less competitive than Sean and Errol, but Danny has a real chance of knocking. I agree with that. I think that's exactly what it is. He has much less chance of winning, but if he connects, he has a better chance of knocking Spence out because he's always on. Dude, Garcia's being an idiot right now, dude. Garcia's... Oh my god. It's funny too because if you watch Oscar De La Hoya's like fight against Trinidad, he kind of looks like a souped up Ryan Garcia. So I can see how De La Hoya has a soft spot for Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia is just he has no idea that he's not that good. He's not ready, man. He's going to get... And like they keep talking about him and Tank, and he keeps bringing Tank's name up. Tank is a freaking murderer, you guys. Oh my god, that guy is just... I don't think he's as skilled as Lopez. I think he's more gritty. I think Lopez beats him in the skills department. But if he wants to, he can always just kind of run out there and just knock you out, you know? It's funny, there was a couple fights back where I first started doing film on Gervonta Davis, and he fought this undefeated Welshman, I think. And I had that fight even going into it, 50-50 on the outside. But in my private breakdown I did for another guy, I told him, yeah, but I think that as soon as they get on the inside, Tank is going to knock him out. Not even like in one round after. Yeah. Yeah, Tank. I think Tank can be pretty good. But anyway, again, because of the fact that Duran is controlling him, he's got the active guard, he's feinting, right? He's feinting with the probes right here, right? Giving him different looks. Leonard has to look for opportunities to attack him, right? Now, a lot of times fighters will attack when the fighter is on the front foot if they want to land the jab, right? But Leonard doesn't want to land the jab right now, right? It looks like he does. Yeah, he is going to get hurt calling anybody out. But it looks like it looks like Leonard is trying to land the jab, but all he's really trying to do is stop Duran from leaning on the front foot, right? He doesn't want him to lean on the front foot because that gives him the ability to transfer his weight from his back foot to his front foot and throw the right hand. So what he wants to do is control him and stop him from being able to transfer his weight. Now, if he can stop him from getting control of his weight, if he can stop him from transitioning his weight from his back foot to his front foot, he can stop the right hand feints. And if he can stop the feint from the right hand, Lomachenko. Yeah, it's crazy. He's seriously going to get hurt. Yeah, stretch his way out. Leonard's stance shows he respects hands of stone. Yeah, that's true. Watch Haney or Garcia eating some humble pie. They're going to fight each other first. I think they're going to fight each other first, and the one who wins might get a real title shot. But those guys... Haney has more potential than Garcia, I think, athletically, but I think Garcia has the opportunity to become a better fighter training in Canelo's camp. And I think that's going to be a big bonus for him. I don't even think... That stupid little kid, oh my god, he doesn't even know what he's getting there. But anyway, back to what I was saying. He's alright. Haney's okay. So this will tell you all you need to know about Devin Haney, okay? He did a sparring session with some guy, and that guy said that, wow, you're the fastest guy I've ever been in. And then Devin Haney goes to himself, oh, I know you've been in with this guy. I know you've been in with this guy. I know you've been in with this guy. I know you've been in with Crawford, right? So this guy's taking information like that he's faster than Crawford secondhand from a sparring session, right? That just shows you how smart of a boxer he is. That he thinks that fighters go in there looking to throw their fastest punches in sparring. If you're going in there and you're throwing your fastest or your hardest punches in sparring, you better be fighting someone who's throwing their hardest and fastest punches in sparring. You better be fighting someone you don't know that you can beat, right? But if you're fighting someone you don't know that you can beat and you need to beat them bad enough to use all your power and use all your speed, man, that sounds like a real fight. Why are you having real fights in sparring? You know? And it sounds like that's the mindset that Devin Haney has in that sparring session, and that just shows you that he's just not on that level, man. He's just not. He can't be. He can't be, you know? And his last fight looked like crap, you know? And he's fighting a ghost, you know? Yeah, Philly Gym Wars. Yeah. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Use more fluidity to fight in Canelo style. Yeah, so well, let me talk about that stiffness a little bit. I'll talk about it a little bit. But anyway, right? So Leonard wants to control Duran, right? He wants to keep Duran from putting his weight on his front foot and feinting the right hand because that gives Duran so much control over Leonard, right? If Leonard is worried about the right hand of Duran, then he doesn't want to put his weight on his front leg either because he doesn't want to get caught with the shot, right? Or he doesn't want to get walked into a shot. But it also makes it harder for him, Leonard, to throw his right hand because he's afraid to put his weight on his front leg as well, right? So in order for him to feel comfortable to throw his right hand, he has to get control of Duran with his feints and with his probes by controlling Duran and keeping his head off his front leg so that he can feel comfortable throwing his right hands. Now, the problem that that Leonard's facing here is that he doesn't realize it, but he's already lost that battle because of the fact that he's not feinting his right hand either, right? He's not threatening Duran in any capacity except when he throws punches, right? So he's never able to really make Duran think, or he's never able to make Duran like guess what's going on, right? So because of that, when he throws shots, Duran's able to block them, right? Really easy. But the whole idea, the whole thing that it is that Leonard is looking to accomplish against Duran, Leonard hasn't realized that Duran has accomplished that against him, right? So he already has Duran afraid to lean on his front foot. He already has Duran afraid to feint and control and to set up his punches, right? So, no. He already has Leonard afraid to do those things. Duran has the control, right? And that's because he has the active guard, right? Ooh, and again, right? As soon as Duran or Leonard puts his head on that line, boom, and Duran comes in with the feint, right? Control him. Now, slipping this way to get away from the counter, right? In case a counter were to come, jab or right hand, right? But again, not allowing Sugar Ray Leonard to keep his weight on the front foot. Now, notice the difference between the way that each of them did that, right? So we have Leonard doing it with speed and athleticism and just flashing, exploding out of his guard, right? And look at his position after, right? On the front foot, he's still there, no defensive responsibility after, right? And then we have Duran, and Duran goes, okay, let's do that. Well, let's see, right? Shoots his jab. When he shoots his jab at the same exact timing, slips the shot, right? He gets his head off the line. He knows that a counter might be coming. And that's because Duran in this fight knows exactly what he's trying to accomplish. Nice to see you active. What's up, man? Pound for pound of all time? Oh, man. Well, I think it's Loma. I know there's been some interesting talk on here about it. What's the best video about learning what the line is and staying off of it? I don't have any videos on that, but if you want to think about it as your target, as your opponent's face, right? So this goes into man, and when I make these videos, I'm starting to make some training videos. My roommate is actually like a Muay Thai specialist. She owns her own like a Muay Thai gym and teaches and competes and stuff. And she's going to be helping me create some videos. But it's going to be like a learning platform and like probably like a 50 video series about like learning how to box and boxing theory and all kinds of stuff. But the line is basically going to be your opponent's face, right? I don't know how to say that, but you're going to create a kind of a line. Made a good Charlo video on staying off the line. Did I? I don't remember. But thank you. What am I saying? It's going to be kind of... It's so positional. It's really complicated. Yeah, it's going to be long. It's going to be good. But I have to warn you guys, the first few videos, if you don't get it, or you think it's stupid, oh, yeah, about moving off the line, yeah. But knowing where the line is, that's a little more in depth. But if you don't get it, the first couple videos, or you think it's really stupid, you're going to hate all the subsequent videos, and none of them are going to make any sense. So you guys are going to have to trust me on it a little bit. But anyway. But as you can see, Duran, when he shoots his jab, right? Feinting jab, get him off the line, and then move off the line himself, right? Feinting him, but he's using defensive responsibility, and he's also not committing to his jab, right? He's not committing to his theoretical control over Leonard, right? He's just assuming that he's going to get it, and if he doesn't, he's still moving his head off of it. Look up center line theory. Maybe I should look up that too, but I have my own way to explain it. But oh man. Okay, think about it. Let's see. Isn't the line when you and your opponent are both kind of? That's when you're on the line, but the actual line is kind of like I don't want to say obviously it's imaginary, but because, well, number one, you're gonna have if you have a positional advantage on your opponent, you're gonna have a different line than they are, right? So knowing what opportunities you have to attack your opponent. If only you can bring up a graphic for us visual learners. Yeah, I think I would probably need to do that. Oh, that's fascinating. Okay, maybe I'll look into that. To be honest, I think martial arts are a great way to learn and understand boxing. The shortest distance to your opponent. One person can be on the line while the other isn't if you have an angle on them. Yeah, right? So, like, your line is different than your opponent's line, right? The trajectory between your opponent's rear hand and yourself. That is a line. That is definitely a line. But it's a little different than that. It's a little different than that. So, like, let me see. I'll tell you what. If I see any examples or, like, good ways to point it out in this film study, I'll show you guys. I'll tell you. Oh, actually, that's not a bad angle right here. So let's go back here. So they're going to line up perfectly so that their heads... So this right here is a decent position, right? So from here, and you guys can see my cursor, everything is perfect. My cursor should be right on Leonard's head right here, right in the middle. But so right now, Leonard is on his back foot, right? His weight is on his back foot over his right knee, and that's where his weight is centered, right? So he's gonna be pivoting off of his front foot. Right now, his head is on the left side of Duran's head, right? So he's going to be on the left side of Duran's line, right? Now, in order for Duran to land his straight right hand, Duran's head is on the line. Kind of. Let's reorganize the way that you're thinking about it. Let's reorganize it. Just think about it. Let me read that triangle thing. And the other triangle is in position where it can pierce the other one. That's an interesting idea. It's punching range of your opponent. Literally does all the stuff you say to do you in regards to setting up your offense and defense. Gilberto Roman. The center line is the line from the ground to the center of the hips. It's good in football. Oh, that's... So, Cotton Patch, you're talking about, like, for center of gravity, right? But for boxing, it's a little bit different. So, like, let me finish this example real quick. So, right now, Leonard's head is on the right side of Duran's body, right? Over his right leg. He's in position to throw the right hand. But the only attack that he has available to him, to Leonard, right now, is his jab, right? Leonard can absolutely not land a straight right hand from this position, right? So he can only use the jab. So think about the line from... So somebody said something about triangles, right? The line is a straight jab. Yes, the line is a straight jab. So think about it from Leonard's point of view, right? And I can't make... that just moves my window. That's bad. So think about his head right here. We're going to say this is the middle of his head. This is his eyes. So the line is going to be from... Someone said the triangle, right? So it's going to be from here to his head, right? The target. His jab to his head. And the line is going to be the shoulder, right? It goes straight through that triangle. Boop, boop, right? The hand, wherever the hand is, bump, bump, and then the shoulder, boom. That's the line, right? Now, this is a very abstract way to think about it, but this is the cone of attack, right? Or the area of attack that is available to this side of his body, right? Now, Duran has the same exact one, right? From here to the target, from here to the target, and then it's the shoulder. Both you and your opponent's feet are facing each other, means you're on the line. If your opponent's feet is not facing you, you are off the line. Kinda. So again, shameless player, it's different, right? Because your line might be different than your opponent's line. The lead foot is a good way to determine the line of your opponent. So like, what I wanted to say, guys, reorganize your thoughts about what the line is. Because everyone always thinks it's like that guy, I don't want to bring it up too much, but that guy, Hidden Gem, he talks about Centerline. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I don't think that, you know, the way that he discusses it, exposing your center line, it just doesn't make any sense from any theoretical standpoint. So it just can't make any sense in a practical one either. But the idea of the line, how do you say this? Well, okay. Actually, I have to move on. Not from the line, but from this film here, just so that we can find a different line with the right hand on it, which we'll see when Duran starts to slip, right? Okay, so right here, so Duran is slipping this way, right? So now he's creating a line for Leonard's head, right? So think about the line here. So from this position, right, and Duran is out of position right here, right? He's not in a perfect boxing position. His head is all on one side of the line. Lee Wiley is terrible. Random thought, though. I don't know. Well, we got to a perfect scene, right? But from this position, it's a pretty neutral position, right, that Duran is in. If he turned his foot a little bit, we're talking about heads. Is there a line for body shots too? Yeah, so it's going to be if you would look at it, right? Duran loves body shots. Well, you're going to have to change your levels usually to get to a body shot. So it's a little bit different. You have to change levels. But let's finish this thought right here, right? So right here in this position, Duran has two lines available to him, right? So think about the glove, the hand to the face, the eyes to the face, and then the shoulder creates a line in between those, right? And that's where your point of contact is. That's where you're going to land your shot, right? Now, these 3 points of contact, right? The glove, boom. The eyes, boom. And then the shoulder goes through that line, right? Or through that triangle to create a line. So I guess in theory, it would be the line would be the line from the shoulder to your opponent's face, right? In theory, right? Because you're going to need that area open in order to land a shot to get power into it, right? So that's the theory, like, behind landing a punch. Or like behind like exposing a punch or exposing an opening on your opponent, right? Or what position you want to be in to land a shot. You need to be rotating your shoulder toward the direction of your target, right? But anyway, did that make any sense about the line? The line, because it's so abstract, right? Because like a lot of fighters think that you want to fight, you know, like, I don't want to say on the line, you know, right? But you don't want to. You want to stand right in front of your opponent and just throw punches, right? And they call that on the line too. It's a little bit different. But I personally think that you should be taking angles and giving your opponent many different looks, you know. Like I said, I'm going to have a 50 video series. And it's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of really in-depth stuff. So that's part of the reason why I don't have a lot of stuff going on, you know. But great feints from Duran again, right? Coming forward, leaning on that front foot, has both punches available to him, right? Now, when his head is on the front foot right here, right, and he shoots a jab, it's actually going to be a cross. What you want to do is cross your head from your front leg to your back leg when you shoot it, and that's what's going to make it a cross. But great job from here um, from Duran, feinting him. Again, Duran has almost complete control of Leonard here, right? Feinting him. And notice how he feints him, right? So this is really interesting, right? You should do the second fight. Well, I wanted to do the first fight just because I feel like Leonard lost this fight by not having an active guard, and I wanted to do the second fight later to kind of demonstrate the two differences between the two. Still Lomachenko. Looking at a fighter's shoulders to tell of what a fighter is going to lead with? Yeah, definitely. Well, it's also the weight transition, right? Because your weight is going to dictate what kind of punches you can use, as well as what kinds of defensive maneuvers you can use as well. But anyway, so he comes in this position, right? So from this position, with his weight on his back foot, he's going to shoot a very neutral jab, right? You know, I know you guys have probably shot this jab on the bag like a million times, and you're like, fuck, man, why can't I get any power in this shot, right? But it's kind of like just a tapping jab, right? You're in this position, tap, tap. But you're not getting your weight into it, right? Because you're holding your weight for your back foot so you can land a straight right hand, right? And Leonard picks up on this jab really quickly, right? He's like, oh, shit, that means the right hand's coming. Feint, and he slips this way. Again, I don't know why he's reacting so, you know, overreacting to this shot so much, right? But really putting himself out of position. But again, Duran doing a great job. Feint, freezes him, right? Feint, throws the right hand, gets under the hook, because again, Leonard is trying to counter at the end of Duran's weight transition in a catch and counter style, right? Feint, waits for the right hand, and he gets under the counter and starts going to the body, right? Just brilliant work from Duran, 2 steps ahead of Leonard in, you know, almost every sequence after getting kind of ripped with that first combination. But look at this active guard, man. Look at him. How do you know what this guy's doing? He's scary as hell. Some guy standing in front of you. Well, I want to talk about that, right? He didn't look like Ray this fight. He looked nervous. But it's not the idea that he's nervous or that he's not himself. Don't think about that. Don't focus on that, right? We can say yes, that is what happened, right? We know why he was doing that. But that's also a product of the active guard, right? It was Duran's active guard that made him nervous, because he's fighting him in a different way. He's using all these different positions to challenge. And look at this. Just look at this, right? Every time he does this, boom, right? Bop. Feinting, right? Threatening him. Threaten, right? Threaten. Every one of these little motions from transferring his weight from one leg to the other is threatening an attack, right? And if you are constantly threatening attacks on your opponent has to constantly be, respecting the feint, or he has to get punched in the face, right? And what are you going to do? Which one do you choose, right? Oh, you're going to respect the feint, right? So Leonard is constantly being controlled, and he has to constantly be figuring it out. Now, he is looking to... How good was my boy James Toney? James Toney was pretty good. He was pretty good. He used different looks off the line. I get you, but Ray knew this. Oh, so I don't doubt that Ray knew that, right? But let's get back to... Yeah, he has swag when using this active guard. Yeah, man, he's real comfortable, man. That's what he trains for. But Ray knew that, right? But everyone says that. Oh, I see. Remember, what is one of the most famous things Mayweather has ever said, right? So condescending, so like, you know, what do you call it? I don't know how to say it, but, you know, it's just, it looks different when you're in there, right? So people think they know what they're seeing on the outside until someone's transitioning their weight and threatening you with an attack on the inside, right? And that's what Duran is able to do here. Is able to threaten so many attacks. Beautiful work here. Beautiful work right here, you guys. Feinting the jab and then slipping off the line, right? And then coming in with these shots underneath, right? Beautiful work. And again, just showing that he's basically 2 steps ahead of Duran at every step of this fight, you know? But beautiful work, right? Constantly threatening him. Look at that. Even when he just brings his gloves up, right? Right after that, brings his gloves up, and then Leonard's like, oh, shit, got to get my glove up, right? I bet he dropped the active guard in the second fight. He looks unstoppable in this fight. You know, when we watch it, everything is different when you're looking at someone that might hit you in the face hard enough to KO you. Yeah, it is different, man. But I think that Leonard did a better job of controlling Duran in the second fight with his own active guard. Proactive, reactive. The proactive fighter will always have an advantage. Yeah, always. If the proactive fighter knows what they're doing, right? So we saw evidence of that with Pedraza and Lomachenko, right? Pedraza had all the tools to beat Lomachenko. All of them, right? He's bigger. He's bigger, you know. He had a very good active guard. He was doing a lot of great things in there. But his boxing IQ betrayed him, because in spite of the fact that he could accomplish all of that and he could get through the active guard part of it, or the controlling Lomachenko part of it, very similar to how Luke Campbell did it, his boxing IQ didn't allow him to take full advantage of the opportunities that he was creating, because he didn't understand all of the opportunities in which he was threatening Lomachenko, right? So he knows that he has to have an active guard, but understanding that every time you slip, every time that you feint, every time that you do this and you cause a reaction from your opponent, you're opening up an opportunity to attack them, right? Now, sometimes when you're using your active guard, sometimes you want to do it just to create space, right? But if you do it at a point in which your opponent stops believing you, right, and you do it to just control space, they're going to punch you in the face and figure you out, right? So understanding and always being switched on, right? Someone said that earlier in the chat. You always want to be switched on, right? Leonard's camp, Duran was really soon after this fight. He was really overweight. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Control. I can't tell if that shot lands, but that's actually pretty well set up right there. Shoots that shot, transitions his weight back to this side, feinting the right hand, and then catches him. Might catch him with a body shot there. But as you can see, for the most part, Duran's active guard is able to control. Only if you can effectively use the power, yeah. But Duran's able to control Leonard enough that Leonard's not able to set his punches up, right? And that's one of the most important parts of this. The theory, right, is that you're able to limit the opportunities your opponent has to offend you, right? And that's very, very, very important, because if they only have so many opportunities, they can only land so many punches, right? That's like a very, very, very important aspect of boxing, is understanding that idea. All right, round 2, guys. We're only like an hour and a half into the stream, and we're in round 2, guys. I think we're doing good. Great active guard coming from Duran. Again, feinting a lot. And again, Leonard committing to his attacks, right? Feinting him. Now, this is what you want, guys, right here. This is what you're looking for when you feint your jab, you guys. This is what you want. Feint him, and now look at how he pulls back, and then he drops his weight to his back leg, right? This arc of motion, head movement is useless and puts you in danger. Yeah, Derek James, he's got a lot to learn. Hopefully Spence will learn it for him in that Porter fight by getting rocked all those times. A nice lesson that boxing theory works in all. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, but anyway, he shoots the jab, right? And off of a feint, this is exactly what you want. You want your opponent to choose a side of the line, right? Or choose a side of their weight transition for you to attack, right? So Leonard is choosing to put his weight on his back foot, right? Right? And this puts him directly in line for a weight transition from Duran's back foot to his front foot, right? So this is exactly what you want to do. So from this position, I would expect either, I'd expect, probably 2 out of the 3 next times that Duran shoots a jab, like a real jab, to be followed up with the right hand, right? Or a feint jab and follow up with the right hand. So let's see if I'm on the money with that. But that's exactly what he wants to see, is Leonard putting his hands or his positioning in one position. Manny Pack definitely on some type of I don't know why you would say that, but who knows? So another feint right there from Duran. Oh, feinting, expecting a counter. Again, perfect. This right here, this is perfect. Duran shoots the... Whoops, it didn't work. Duran shoots the jab. And this position right here, Leonard has a more active guard this round. He looks hungrier. Yeah, he does. He does have a little bit more active guard right now. I think he started with the beginning of the round. I think he started at the beginning of the last round with a little bit more active guard too. And I think he was able to land some shots in the beginning of the round. But as the round develops, Duran uses his superior knowledge. He uses superior knowledge with the feinting and the probing and the control through his active guard and his weight transitions to threaten Sugar Ray more often than Sugar Ray is able to threaten him. Now, this right here, this is exactly where you want your opponent to be when you feint them with the jab. Now, this is exactly where Duran wants to let his right hand go, right? So this is where I would have predicted him to let his right hand go. Okay, but he does it right here instead. Boom, throws a right hand, almost catches him. Duran, HID, what's coming next? Duran hid what's coming next. Oh, he hid them, yeah. Oh, look at that. He knows that he's going to be attacked on that front foot, right? Or when he's transitioning his weight. And he's waiting to set up the overhand right. I wonder if he's going to start catching him with it. We'll see. Ah, see. Now here we go. See, you guys? Leonard is already slowed down in his active guard here. Ooh, good work there. Lands the jab and knows the counter is coming because he's seen it. But look at Leonard now, right? So Leonard, this is very, very fascinating, you guys. Feints him, finds out that Duran is looking to counter him over the top, right? That's the tackling technique. So Leonard figures out that he's trying to counter him over the top, and that gives Leonard a game plan. So immediately, sure, I'll do a Larry Holmes film study. So immediately, make picks. Y'all make picks, but when you wrong, don't hear from you guys. Why? Oh, that's not me. I'm never wrong. Just kidding. But anyway, knows the attack is coming, but look at how slow he gets in his active guard after he decides what he's going to attack him with, right? And now he's not going to pick it up, right? He doesn't pick up his active guard again. He just gets walked into a body shot for no reason, right? Sitting on the line, gets feinted, and then walked into a shot. Now, I'm not sure why Duran's not throwing that shot to the head, right? I feel like he should be because he knows that Duran is not moving his head off the line for the second shot. But he's just transitioning his weight to his back foot, right? Every time he gets feinted by the front foot or by the jab, he just puts his weight on his back foot right here. Did he land a shot? Yeah. Again, beautiful work. Feint gets him into the shot. Leonard did do a good job right there, though, of transitioning his weight to the other side rather than coming down. Alexis Arguello? Yeah, maybe. Some little wrestling on the inside. But now all of a sudden, it looks like, ooh. Great shot right there from Leonard. I'm not hard to find. I make boxing content. Ooh, you guys trying to set up fights? Catching him with the cross there. Good timing. Man, you guys are distracting me. Oh, beautiful, you guys. Oh, man, beautiful. Now, this is exactly what I was thinking he was going to do. I thought he would just come straight over the top with it, but he shoots the jab. Leonard gets away from it, and then look at how he shuffles and transitions his weight all the way to the back foot, completing this weight transition, right? So he goes from the front foot, right? His weight's on the front foot, shuffles forward to get the weight on his back foot so he can roll into this right hand. And because of the fact that he knows that Leonard is slipping, right, down and slipping to his back foot, he knows where Leonard's head is going to be. He's able to shuffle and walk him into that right hand. Beautiful boxing. We call fights. A lot of people do. What do you mean you call fights? Like you do predictions and stuff? Oh, and then catches him off of that weight transition on the right hand, boom, into the left hook. Beautiful work right there. Beautiful. Like, think about that, you guys. Look at how beautifully set up this attack is, right? Beautiful. This is like almost perfect. Well, it is perfect. And he's doing it against one of the most dangerous fighters of his era, you guys. That's how amazing this is. Blow by blow and make picks. Okay. Just amazing, right? You don't see shots like that today, you know. Like this, I think most setups for shots pretty loosely based. Ooh, great work right there from Duran. Got him flush with the right hand and the left. Yeah, right on the chin. Now, notice how right here, Duran's pressing forward, right? But he's not changing position at all, right? One more time, please. This one right here. So remember, I was talking about how he's going to shoot the jab, and then Leonard's going to slip to the inside or to the outside of Duran, right? Transferring his weight to his back foot. So he shuffles his way to his back foot like this, and then Duran catches him with the right hand over the top. But it's beautiful. Now this is kind of like Naoya Inoue-esque, right? This is what Naoya Inoue does so well. Like, Naoya Inoue has I don't think he's a very good fighter, right? I don't think his actual boxing is that great, but his technique is phenomenal. It's so good. But Duran is going to lean on the front foot. So watch, front foot, back foot, front foot. And as he's getting on the front foot, he shoots the jab so that he can create a transition in his hips, right? So watch his hips as the jab comes out, right? Boom. Now his hips are going to go from this position, right? And the weight on the front foot to transfer, and he's going to bring his back shoulder, right? His back shoulder back. And he transfers all his way to his back foot so he can walk into that right hand, right? It's like a full body twerk from the jab, shuffle forward, and then walk him into the right hand. Absolutely perfect. Like, there's nothing he could do to make that punch any better. It was just absolutely perfect. And then catches him with the left hook on the outside. But anyway, convinced about Duran being Westfield. No. So, like, I think it's a lot cleaner to land punches against someone who mirrors your stance, right? So right-handed versus right-handed, southpaw versus southpaw. And I think that, let's see, I think Gary Russell and Sugar Ray Leonard, I think they could be comparable, to be honest. Obviously, Sugar Ray Leonard is better, but I'm not sure if this version of Sugar Ray Leonard is better than the Gary Russell that um, that Loma beat, right? So I'm not sure, but Gary Russell is a very talented fighter, you guys. And I don't know, to be honest, I don't know how good of a fighter I think that Sugar Ray Leonard is. You know, I don't want to. I had this guy. Oh man, so there's this guy. I know I don't want to talk about it. Never mind, I'm being stupid. Anyway, back to the boxing. So now Duran has Leonard hurt right here, right? So what he wants to do, he wants to stay in position to land his right hand. So he's going to shoot one kind of jab right here, right? Now watch his body, right? Number one, watch his foot placement when the jab comes out, right? You always want your heel hitting the ground first when you walk forward so you don't transition your weight. And what he's doing is he's using his heel and his foot like this to block his weight transition so you can walk him into a right hand. But look at how beautiful this is, you guys. He's staying. One of the fights I did, a low one, not like you do it, fam. Jab feint, got the same reaction. Oh yeah. But so look at the position that he's going to stay in when he shoots the jab, right? Look at where his right hand is, right? This is very interesting because this is what you see a lot of fighters today doing, but they don't have a reason, like a rhyme or reason to do it, right? But Sugar Ray Leonard knows that the right hand is coming, right? So he wants to be aware of it. He wants to stay alert. And how good of a fighter do you think Muhammad Ali? He's very good. Muhammad Ali was very, very, very good. Yeah, definitely very good. I think he's way better than Sugar Ray Leonard, like by a long shot. Actual like really good boxer. But I don't think Sugar Ray Leonard was that good of a boxer. I think he was an athlete. But anyway, shooting the jab and not changing position, right? He's staying in a position where all his weight is on his back leg, even though he's kind of fighting on the front foot. Mike would have beat Ali, no cap. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. But anyway, and then feints him with the change level. Feints him with a very very slight right hand feint, right? Boom, and then walks him into that left hook. Just beautiful boxing, you guys. Just absolutely amazing. Super, super smart Duran. Just such a good fighter. And then, a little bit of, I don't want to say that's wrestling, but Ali would school him. I don't know. I'm not sure who I think would win. Oh, yeah, that's true. Probably would have tried that. And again, right, one of the things that Sugar Ray Leonard's having a trouble with in this fight, physically, yeah, definitely the most skilled heavyweight ever. Physically. I'm not sure about, boxing IQ. Mike Tyson's very, very, very smart fighter, but he had a lot of phases in his career. Yeah, a lot of phases. But again, Leonard here, because of the feints, because of the control that Duran has on him. Look at this, right? Controlling him, feint, control him with the lead hand, 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 feint, slip this way. Leonard has no ability to layer his attacks, right? He has nothing. There's nothing he can do because Duran has all the control with all the feints. Look at that, beautiful, right? Feints him here, and then look at the position that they're in right now, right? If Duran does a quick weight transfer with the right hand, he could catch Leonard, and Leonard knows that, right? So as Duran transitions his weight from his back foot to his front foot here, right? Leonard has to move off the line and get away from him because he understands that the position that he's in is detrimental. I'm glad you're having fun, man. That's cool. Yeah, it is kind of fun, actually, to kind of hang out and watch boxing and stuff. Leonard Hearns won. I was thinking about it. I think the next one that I actually really want to do is Tommy Hearns versus Benitez. Wilfredo Benitez, because I think that was like a master class. Like, that was just such a good fight, and it's such an amazing performance from Tommy Hearns. I don't know if anyone in history could beat that Tommy Hearns. Like, that Tommy Hearns was just so good. But I don't know. Tommy Hearn's he's one of my favorite fighters. I love watching that guy. Will this recording be on my channel? I think it should be. I don't know how to find it, but I think it should be. Ooh, beautiful. So again, this is exactly what you want, right? Shoot the jab, and then your opponent doesn't move their head at all, right? This is exactly what you're trying to do with your jab. Is just set them up, right? Get them to choose a position for their head, and then boom. But Leonard beat a prime Hearns. Yeah, I think that's true. That's fair. But let's say if that was a 12-round fight, Fluffy Bone. What if that was a 12-round fight? Who won that one? Give us an ETA so we can watch this before it goes down. Wait, what? Before what goes down? Right hand right into a right underhook control. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, to get him on the inside. Whew, you see that smoking left hook right there? Oh, my God. All that's good. Copyright strike. Oh, I shouldn't get one from this because this is pretty old. I don't think anybody cares. But let's see some of this inside fighting here. Boom. Great weight transition. Shift to the outside. Maintain control. Oh, that's it. Not a lot going on there. Yeah, I hope I don't get any more copyright strikes, guys. It's horrible. Beautiful. Yeah, I watched that fight. Hearns, Hagler Hearns. I watched that fight the first time at the gym when I was maybe 20. Yeah, so I have 2 copyright strikes right now from Fox Sports for my Errol Spence clips. Even though those videos basically use the same clips. I shouldn't probably say this, but I'm probably going to try to take them to court and sue them. And then if I win, I'm probably going to sue YouTube as well for not allowing me to defend my right to fair act and fair use. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but to be honest, I'm pretty upset about all that crap. Hey, later, Marlo. I didn't realize you were taking off, bro. See you, man. But yeah, some kind of crazy bullshit with that. To be honest, HBO used to do that a lot. Sky Sports started doing it recently with the Joshua stuff. Actually, before I had a pass from them, but once they started doing the DAZN, you got the money, fight Fox. No, I would just go to court myself. So the likelihood that they would even go to court, especially if they knew that I was representing myself, would be really low, I think. I don't even think they would show up. Carlos Monroe Jr. Sure, man. People don't want you talking about Spence flaws. Well, you know what? When every one of those flaws gets him punched in the face and he almost loses a fight to Porter, I'm pretty sure people can see it. Well, boom! Beautiful work right there. Oh. But yeah, actually, Showtime used to give me a lot of shit too. I've actually talked to Showtime's lawyer probably like 5 times during the Wilder Ortiz buildup. They were calling me. I remember the guy called me up and he said some stuff. He's like, "You need to take that video down." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "That's copyright infringement." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Nah, bro, it's not. Did you even watch the video? It's so much different." And I just hung up on his ass. And he called me again like 3 weeks later, and I recognized his number, and I say, "What's up, man?" Well, he's all, "Yeah, I called to talk about the YouTube stuff," and I'm like, "It's not copyright infringement. Did you even watch the video?" And the guy goes on like a like a 5-minute talk about the ninth round for Wilder knocking out Spilka, and how he used the feints and the control and the probes, and he was using all the keywords and all this stuff, and it was really cool to like have a long ass chat with him about it and about boxing and stuff. And he actually just tried to convince me. Oh shit, yeah, probably a long time. Oh, you're about to spar? Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I'm not sure how long it's gonna be. It's not really like formatted. It's my first one, so I don't even have a pace for the I don't really have a pace for how fast I should be going. You know, maybe I should make like 10 minutes a round, like minimum, or a 10 round minimum, or 10 round maximum per round, just so I can get through the stuff. Again, Leonard not layering his attacks, just comes straight out, shoots a jab, gets blocked, and he almost gets countered with a hook. Duran doing a good job of feinting and controlling him, giving him different looks, controlling, control. Look at the way that Leonard responds to these feints, right? Boom. Look at how out of position he gets when he's slipping and rolling. You know, you can tell he's just never been in a position like this. Oscar. Yeah, man, Duran's a really good fighter. Really, really good. Yeah, get your work in, bro. But I think it automatically gets uploaded if you go to my channel and you can look for my streams. Great feint right there. Again, Leonard doesn't react the best way to these feints, and he's just kind of getting pieced up because of it, right? Every time you put yourself into a position in which you're not able to offend your opponent or defend yourself, you should get punched, right? And Duran doing a good job of getting Sugar Ray Leonard out of position so he can land shots. Now, I do think the first round was pretty close, even though I think Duran had better control. The first round was pretty close, but right, he looked lost. Yeah, he looks lost. Yeah, getting kind of pieced up on the inside a bit, being very predictable. Now, it's interesting if you watch him on the inside right here, right? So this is a good idea. Like when you're the guy who was talking about the line earlier. Look at this is a good look at Duran's head positioning. Yeah. So I was actually going to point out Sugar Ray Leonard's when I was talking about in terms of the line right here, right? So look how his head right here, right, is basically neutral to Duran's head, but when he throws his left hook, he moves his head to the right side, right, transitioning his weight to throw the left hand. The reason that you need to do that again is because when you're creating a line of attack, it's basically going to be from the shoulder, right, to wherever you're attacking, right? Not just like a random line in front of you in between your legs or whatever, you know. But that means that you need to change head slots when you attack, right? Because you always want your actual attack to be like if you're throwing a left hand, you want your head, how do you say it? You want your head to be on the right side of a left-handed target, and your head to be on the left side of a right-handed target. Did I say that at the same time? The same way? Sorry. A left-handed target should be on the left side of your face, and a right-sided target should be on the right side of your face, right? So right now, Leonard is attacking with his left hand, so he's attacking something that's on the left side of his face, right? And if he wants to throw a right hand, he wants to make sure that his target is on the right side of his face, right? So we'll see when we see some punches. So right here, Duran throwing his right hand to the body, right? So he throws the right hand to the body. And look at how his head is on the left side of his right hand, right? But his target is on the right side of his body, or is on the right side of his face, right? Now if he throws a left hand to the body in the same spot, his head will come all the way over the line, right? Boom, and notice how, immediately after he throws the left hand, right, he starts transitioning his weight, right? But you always... Ooh, damn, doing some good work there. What do I think about Chavez Sr.? I don't know. To be honest, I haven't watched a lot of his fights. I've seen the one with Meldrick Taylor a few times. I've seen the one with De La Hoya a few times. But I'm not really sure. You know, I think that I think a lot of people thought he lost to Whitaker, right? Pernell Whitaker. And I can probably see that being on the inside. You can't really have an active guard or feint. So do you think you exclusively layer offense with wrestling? I want to say yes, but I don't want to call it wrestling. I guess maybe that might be the best way to say it, though. It's not a bad way to say it for sure, but you'll do it physically. That's what I want to say. You'll do it physically. So on the outside, you control your opponent with feints and probes and an active guard, and on the inside, you have to control them with physical movements, right? So like, if you want to find space, right? So like Mayweather, when he was finding... Why did they stop? He was seconds away from... Oh, to be honest, like if you were the referee in that situation, like you're like at the end of the stretch, right? Like the referee probably never even looked even for a second, thinking, "Oh, he only has to last 8 more seconds. Do I think he can last 8 more seconds?" Right? He just probably just said, "Oh shit, this guy's not fit to fight. Does that mean that does that mean I should stop the fight?" Yes. Yeah, he didn't respond to the ref, right? So, like, there's a lot of stuff, you know, but I do feel for Meldrick Taylor about that, man. That was like his whole life's dream, and he lost his whole life for that, you know? But, it's just a lot... It's just a really unfortunate thing that happened. Crawford beats the crap out of Spence. Yeah, 100%. Every time they fight, too. Every time. I've had Crawford ahead of Spence for a long time. I think Crawford, you know, I know that he fought Jeff Horn. God damn it. And Jeff Horn just had to go move up in weight and get knocked out by some nobody. But I think Jeff Horn is a better version of Keith Thurman than Keith Thurman is. I think Jeff Horn's a better fighter than he is. And as we saw, Jeff Horn did a better job against Pacquiao than Keith Thurman did as well, in my opinion. But Crawford just annihilated Jeff Horn, and Jeff Horn's a pretty good fighter. Nobody's going to give him the credit that he deserves because he's quote unquote awkward, right? But he's got that active guard. He has a lot of experience. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, fighting on the inside. Anyway, it's a lot of it's a lot of not wrestling, but controlling your opponent, right? And using your weight. Does Jeff Horn beat Porter? I don't know. I'm not sure. To be honest, I really wanted Jeff Horn to fight superior positioning, but you use your weight. You use your weight to gain positioning, right? So like from this position, Sugar Ray Leonard should take his right shoulder and drive it into Duran and change the positioning of his feet. I guess from this position he would want to change to a southpaw and throw a left hand, or get his head on the other side of Duran and put his shoulder into his chest and create space with his forearm, kind of fanning Duran to the right side of him, and then kind of wheel him into a right hand with his left hand. But he'd have to get his head on the other side of Duran's head right now. So right now, Duran is in a really good position because Duran can use his left shoulder to herd. God, why do I keep forgetting his name? To herd Leonard into his right hand, right? Or he can use it because it's on the inside. He can use it to pick Leonard up and throw body shots. He just has a great position right here. Yeah. Beautiful work. Great. Love that right there from Duran. Right, his head is on this side, but he doesn't want to throw this punch, right? So he just picks his head up, whoop, goes to the other side, so he can throw a left hook to the body while controlling Sugar Ray Leonard's head right there. Boom. Bam. Bam. How good is Triple G's jab and why? It's pretty good. I think that he needs to figure out some other things. Do you think Triple G is better boxer slash fighter than Canelo? Yeah, I do think so. I think that he definitely has the potential, Canelo, to be a better fighter than Triple G. Yeah, I think so. But I don't know. I don't think that Canelo actually won those fights. Spence and Canelo would smash Spence. Canelo would beat the dog piss out of him. It is hard, man. It's hard. Yeah. Crawford versus Canelo. Crawford's too small. He's too small. That shouldn't happen. I think Crawford's hit his limit for moving up in weight. He could not fight against Canelo. Would launch Errol Spence's head into the bleachers. Yeah, Errol Spence doesn't have the head movement to fight Canelo at all. Canelo would slip, and catch him with a shot or two, and then the fight might be over. He could knock Spence out early in the fight, like maybe third round. I would pick first 6 rounds for a knockout in that fight. I don't know why Spence thinks he could beat Canelo. I don't have any idea. You saw how he jammed his glove into Leonard's right to land hard uppercuts? What do you mean? Jam his glove into Leonard's right to land hard uppercuts. Oh, are you talking right here? How he's trying to control him and keep the space there? Stop Leonard from bodying up with him? Crawford's got a bigger frame than Canelo. Just would need to hit the weights hard. I don't know, because he's only like 5'6", right? I guess they're pretty similar in height, so maybe that's true. Errol Spence has a good jab, but he only uses it from one position. That's why it's easy to time, I think. I don't know what the hell Canelo does after this. I have no idea. Maybe he fights at 168. I'm not sure. When he switched his head over. TC is 5'8". Is Canelo 5'8"? I guess Canelo is 5'8". But I don't think that Crawford should fight Canelo. I don't think he has the time to put the weight on like that. I don't think so. And still have it be functional for boxing? I don't think so. I don't know. So I think Tank Davis has a puncher's chance, and I don't think a puncher could beat Lomachenko. I think that Lomachenko is too hard to hit with 2 punches in a row, and I think that's the only way you beat Loma. Having your weight functional is essential. Yeah, I agree. Who you got, Porter or Crawford? Oh, man, those are my guys. Those are my top 2 favorite welterweights, Porter and Crawford. I don't want them to fight each other, but I would pick Crawford to win. I guess he does get hit a little more. Will he beat Liam and fights the same way? That's tough. Porter and Crawford, yeah. I think Crawford would do it. I think he would get him, but it would be a good fight, but I don't want to see that fight. Do you think Triple G is too reliant on power and likes dogfighting too much? I think that whole event got away from Golovkin. I think that he no, I don't want to see. I like Spence. So I've been rocking with Porter. Porter's been like, before Crawford moved up to welterweight, Porter was my favorite welterweight. I've been talking about how I thought he was going to school Spence boxing wise, for a long time, to anybody who would listen. So I just really like, I really like Porter. I think he has the potential to actually be the best welterweight. But he's got to figure out some things, you know. That other one, the Triple G thing, I think Triple G, you know, I really believed Triple G when he said that he thought it was going to be an easy fight. Yeah, he thought this was going to be an easy fight when he dropped him. Yeah, in the first round. I think he believed it. I believe him when he said that because he didn't kind of just let Derevianchenko do that stupid thing where he's like, oh, street fight, this is boxing, you know? And Derevianchenko caught him with that body shot, let him know he ain't fucking around. And because he caught him with that shot, I think that Golovkin stopped throwing his right hand because he didn't want to put himself out of position for a slip counter left hook to the body. So I think that he got a little gun shy to that, combined with the fact that Derevianchenko already had the messed up eye, which means that the left hook and the jab is just a more appropriate weapon for attacking that. So I think Golovkin got away from his boxing game plan, got away from landing the right hand, and put himself into a corner with only being able to land offense with his jab and his hook. And that was just not a versatile enough game plan to beat Derevianchenko. To be honest, I didn't score it. I didn't score the fight, so I'm not sure. I haven't rewatched it yet because I knew I wasn't going to do any film study for my channel, so I haven't rewatched it. But I'm not sure. I don't know. Do you guys think that he won, Derevianchenko? If Porter stopped smothering his punches, he would be more dangerous. No, I don't think that Porter smothers his punches. You know, I think he has a fundamental flaw in his punching technique, and I think that's what what stops him from having power. Yeah, I agree with that too. I think Sergey hurt Triple G much more than Canelo did. No, I think leaving Abel Sanchez was legit. Yeah, Porter's right hand is wonky. I'll do some film on that actually. I think that's a very good video to talk about. Now I have like a very interesting punch theory. Golovkin won. I wasn't sure at first, but his work was cleaner on the rewatch. I can believe that. The other guy, Alan Caro, was saying that Golovkin was blocking a lot of shots. It's interesting too because if you see these two fights, Porter, Spence, Golovkin, Derevianchenko, these fights are very similar, right? Golovkin got the knockdown, edged the fight. Spence got the knockdown, edged the fight. A lot of people think that the fight could have gone either way. If you had no knockdown in either fight, you know, you'd probably give both fights to the underdogs, right? Well, you know, not if you have 116, 111, Triple G, but it is very interesting. But yeah, as far as Triple G leaving Abel Sanchez, I definitely think that was the best move for him. If he felt that he was being unfairly scrutinized about the Canelo stuff, I think that it's a good idea that he gets away from it so that he, at least when he gets into a fight with someone else, he doesn't have that idea of his coach being against him in the fight, you know? So as long as he trusts Banks. Now, I have a lot of faith in Banks. I have a lot of faith in Banks because he's from the Kronk gym, and Kronk fighters have traditionally been very good. What's that guy's name? Tony Harrison? Tony Harrison just completely, like, you know, shit stomped that Charlo brother. He just beat the crap out of him, you know, and he made it look so easy. And Tony Harrison, he was doing the same thing to Jarrett Hurd for like 9 rounds. He was just outboxing that fool, and that Jarrett Hurd was a monster in that fight. Yeah. Anyway, still in round 2. I missed the part you guys were talking about. My bad. What he's taking is some body shots that are going to kill him later on. Duran getting under Leonard's shots. It's been an incredible third round. Hey man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some tutorials. I have a lot of stuff coming up. it's a lot of work right now, though, to get those videos out and to figure out how I'm gonna like platform them and do all that stuff. It's a lot of work to work through it. Um, yeah, but I definitely have a lot of that stuff coming. Yeah, I'm not sure. There was a lot of talk about Triple G being sick, but like, here's the thing, I don't want to hear any excuses from Golovkin, right? Like, I thought that if well, I thought that Derevianchenko was going to outplay himself with his jab, right? I thought that he was going to step with his jab and get countered with the right hand, but he caught him with the left hook early enough that I think that he took Golovkin's confidence away in the right hand. Yeah, he did keep coming, exactly. But I don't think that, I'm not sure what I said in my video, but I knew that if Golovkin didn't take away Derevianchenko's jab with the right hand over the top, that it was going to be a long, hard fight for him. Don't sleep on Derevianchenko. He's a really good fighter. I did pick him to beat Jacobs. I thought he was going to beat him pretty easily, to be honest. That fight was like a lot. This is boxing, this is not game. This is boxing. I like street fight. This big drama show. I hope he fights in Detroit. It's a doable drive from Cleveland. Oh, that's cool. You're from Cleveland, bro? Nice, man. One of my homeboys is from there. He always talking about. It's funny. So I live in San Diego. He lives in San Diego with me, and all those like LeBron James, like, oh, we got him, and then he leaves, and then we hate LeBron right now, and then he comes back, and then, oh, we love LeBron. It shit kills me, man. It's so funny. But anyways, let's get back to the fight. You think he'd give Canelo problems? Who? Derevianchenko? Definitely. Whether he wins or not, I don't know, because Canelo likes to fight on that same pace, right? The only difference is I think Derevianchenko can last a little bit longer. So maybe if Derevianchenko fought Canelo, we would see a really, really, really good first 5 rounds from Canelo, right? Probably win them 4-1, right? And then Derevianchenko comes on at the end. I think that could be a big problem for Canelo because that guy just throws so many punches. He's so active, So that would be definitely a difficult fight for Canelo. And I don't think that Canelo wants that fight either. So great work from Duran again. Beautiful. Look at that, right? On the ropes and everything, right? Feint him, right? Wow. And then, because of all the feinting again, Leonard's like, when do I attack him? Bivol versus Vostok. Sergey also tends to get hurt in his big fights. Yeah, that's Derevianchenko or Jamal. Derevianchenko would smash Jamal. Jamal Charlo has no business fighting anybody that isn't American. Jamal and Jamel, those guys, they need to get some better work. Standing on the line and trading punches with Errol Spence in sparring is not doing them. Infamous is not doing the Charlo brothers any good. Those guys need to fight and train with other fighters. They need to do something because, well, number one, we saw Spence almost lose to Porter, right? So the Charlo work ain't doing Spence any good. But also, it's not doing him any good either because he just fought Brian Adams or whatever. And that guy's like, who? Who's that motherfucker? Nobody. But he gave that guy a run for his money, Not really, but he couldn't put that guy out. I don't know. Gotta love Derek James' style of boxing, though. Yeah, man, it's very, very, very fan-friendly. But Bivol versus Vostok. Oh, man. I think Vostok would be probably he would probably be my number 2 pound for pound. Maybe number 3 if he fought more. He had more fights, I think that guy's super talented. He's really, really good. Bivol's really good too. Man, I'm not sure. I think that Bivol might be a little bit more robotic, right? And Vostok a little more fluid of a robot, a little quicker. But Bivol hits really hard, so I'm not sure. I think I think initially, I would say Vostok too. I think initially, but I'm not sure. I want to see. I want to see Bivol. I want to see Bivol fight some other fighters too, and get a little more data on him. You know, I think that yeah, Vostok does have a good jab. That kind of style fighter I see every single day in the gym, Tony Harrison. Oh, that's what Tony Harrison said about Charlo? Yeah, Charlo's basic, fool. That fool's, you know, he doesn't have the feints or the probes, you know. He doesn't have the active guard. He doesn't have the craft, you know. He's just a guy that gets in there, goes 8 hard rounds, lands 5 punches at the end of the 8th round, and says, I whooped that fool's ass, right? After going 8 rounds even, right? Then you randomly knock somebody out because they got tired. They don't have as much conditioning as you, and all of a sudden you're the greatest. Yeah, the ABC style of boxing. You know, I remember I used to train at this place, San Diego Combat Academy, and I was super injured back then. I had like no pivots. I couldn't move off the line, transition my weight. Like my whole core was like a rock. And I was telling this kid in there, this like little Filipino kid, super good looking kid, and pretty fast, good technique, all this stuff. But he was sparring one of the guys there, and I was watching him, and he just never moved his head. Every time he threw a punch, the guy would slip, pop, 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 catch him with like a ton of punches. He just couldn't find the guy, you know. And I remember talking to him at the end of it, and hey, bro, you got a really good. He took it like this, like crazy compliment. I was like, hey, bro, you got like a really good ABC style of boxing, but you got to move your head, man. You got to move your head because your opponent always knows where it is, right? And he looked at me. He's all, oh, thanks, bro. And I'm like, I hope you heard what I just said, man. I hope you got it. but anyway, Bivol is fighting on the 12th, and Vostok is fighting on the 18th against Beterbiev. Yeah. I gotta get my Beterbiev Vostok video out. I have the clips all done. I also have my Devin Haney versus Lomachenko video done too. I just gotta find the time to put that stuff together. I've been, you know, focusing on figuring out how to do the stream. I'm not sure if the stream is a success or not yet. It looks like only 40 people are watching. And most of the time, I'm not even talking about the fight. Great work from Duran again, right? Coming off the ropes, feinting, controlling him. Loma would TKO him bad. TKO? Oh, yeah, he would. Yeah. Ooh, you actually believe Beterbiev is going to KO Vostok. Don't put any money on that. Any money on that, Ortiz. Don't do it, bro, because this... No, Devin Haney, he's going to get his ass kicked. He's one step away from Ryan Garcia. That's it. It's 11 o'clock where I'm at right now. But I think that Vostok Beterbiev is going to be one of the most one-sided fights in the light heavyweight division. I actually thought that everyone was going to ignore Beterbiev all the way up until Kovalev fought Bivol, and then the winner of that fight fought Vostok, and then the winner of that fight would fight Beterbiev. I thought everyone was going to avoid him because Beterbiev is such a killer puncher, but after exposing himself against that guy, that British guy, like I did a breakdown on that fight, picking that hell no, Vostok isn't even going to be touched. Yeah. I don't think Vostok is going to get touched by Beterbiev. I think he's going to absolutely beat the goddamn crap out of him. Don't stop streaming, though. Yeah. You know, I did a Tommy Hearns one. Tommy Hearns Duran film study. And nobody watched it. You know, like maybe 6 people. So it kind of like made it a little disheartened to kind of go over that stuff. So I thought that this would be a little more fun for the older films. But anyway, coming out, great work, feinting, changing head slots, feinting, controlling him, getting him out of position before he changes again, right? And then coming to get on the inside and landing a great body shot right there. Mean looking body shot. Transition is perfectly. Yeah, he barely moves. He has like no active guard at all. He just stands there and hopes that his opponent is not going to move out of the way of his, big hulking punches. But yeah, you can clearly see. Cool. I think doing the stream for older films is a great idea. Yeah. Garcia. I'm not even sure who Garcia is. Oh, yeah. What he hides when he steps forward? Like, did I go back far enough? You're talking about this, right, Bone? And how he comes down in this little, like, his guard, how he pulls back to his back leg here before he transitions back to the front foot, right? So front foot, bop, bop, and then into the back foot here. Yeah, really good. That's because boxing has more than one position, right? A lot of people think you're going to fight in one position, but that's just not how... the guy that fought Usyk. Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Leonard Hagler, or at least your opinion of who won. Yeah, to be honest, I've never scored the fight. Leonard Hagler, I've watched it, but I never scored it, so, like, I can't really say, this guy won or that guy won, but I felt like Hagler won at the end. I felt like it, right? Like, I didn't score Porter, Spence. I just felt like Spence won the fight because of the knockdown. I felt like he had enough momentum, but I don't know about point-wise or, like, that's only in theory, right? Like, at the end of the fight, I feel like, I probably wish I was Spence at this point. Kind of like that. Like, what's that boy's name? Max Kellerman. His idea about who won a round was who you'd rather be at the end of that round. Love that, right? So, beautiful, right? For you guys that are boxers and you get in the ring, right? Front foot, right? Front foot, slip to the back foot, right? So look at these like little motions right here. Boom, right? Front foot, rotating his weight from the back foot, right, to the front foot. See how he gets attacked right here? How ironic is it that Spence doesn't think Sean is very skilled, but he's awkward? Spence's idea of skill is probably more about... Yes, exactly. Most people's idea is about technique rather than boxing IQ. Like, it has nothing to do with your ability to land a punch, right? But I love this, right? So he comes down here, and look at how he's transitioning his weight, right? Front foot, back foot. Front foot, gets attacked, back foot. Front foot, back foot. Front foot, back foot. Front foot. And now he's going to transfer his weight as he's going through. He uses his jab so that he doesn't get caught with a shot like that jab again. He uses his own jab to clear space for him to retransition his weight, right? Very, very smart boxer. Yeah, Adrian Broner. Epitome of pretty good technique, doesn't know really how to fight, right? Archie Moore versus Yvonne Durrell 1 and 2. No, I haven't. I think I've only seen Archie Moore like highlights. I don't think I've ever seen his a whole fight of his before. But Broner, great punch technique. It's pretty good. I don't think his right hand is the greatest. He has a pretty good left hook though. Great jab right there. I love that. Shoots the jab, transfers weight to his back foot again. Controlling Leonard. Again, this is exactly what you want to do, right? He wants to stop Leonard from transferring his weight to his front foot, right? Marcos Maidana versus Duran. Duran would kill Marcos Maidana. Maidana's a really good fighter. But Duran is kind of like... Duran is like a super Maidana. Like, not only does he have the good boxing, the good IQ, but he has great technique as well. And I think Maidana, in spite of the fact that he has great punch technique, his overall ability to move around the ring and shit... Oh, thanks for the sub, bro. I appreciate it. But Maidana's overall ability in the ring is not that great. Yeah. I think They could even be kind of close, Duran and Maidana. They could even be kind of close, you know. But Duran's technique is just so much better that he has so many more opportunities to set offense up. He can do it from so many different positions that he's going to be so much more versatile of a fighter, right? Even though they might understand boxing to a similar level, Maidana doesn't have the ability to perform the kinds of things that Duran does. Yeah. Spence versus Danny Garcia. Spence probably. Um, so one thing that's really interesting, right, is that um, so like Spence didn't use his jab all that much in this fight, right? And he didn't use his right hook at all, right? Like almost at all. Like maybe in the second half of the fight, but that's one of Danny Garcia's best weapons is his own left hook, right? And what you want to do when your opponent, so like when your opponent's a southpaw, they want to be on their front foot, finding a way to get lead foot dominance to walk themselves into a straight left hand or a straight right hand, right? So in theory, you both are angling for the same exact position, and that's lead foot, right? Lead foot dominance or being on your lead foot, right? Having your weight on your front foot. Because it's very difficult for either of you to attack each other when your weight is on your back foot. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Infamous. He was hurt by Sean Porter's left hook because that's what Sean Porter wants to land. He's really good with his left hook. But because each fighter wants to have their weight on the front foot so they can get to the outside, it makes both of their lead hands much more dangerous. That's why so many fights are fought with lead hand control, right? And that pawing and jabbing and stuff because they're both jockeying for the same position, right? Now, Sean Porter is going to be in a position, or not Sean Porter, Errol Spence is going to be in a position. That's why Danny jumped in the ring. Yeah. So Errol Spence wants to be in the same position so he can land his left hook, right? So he wants to get his weight from his back foot to his front foot, but he wants to do that transferring his weight through a punch, right? But if he has to worry about being contended with that position with his opponent's left hand, right, or their left hook, then he might get knocked out, right? He might get walked into that shot and caught, right? Because maybe that's what his opponent wants him to do. So I do think that that's a fascinating fight. And I think that I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch Danny Garcia fight some southpaws to find out. Like a kind of a short Errol Spence. Yeah, I can see that, Cotton Patch. I can see that. More Darrell 1 and 2. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of film study for a fighter, for two fighters that I've never heard of. No, I've heard of Archie Moore, but I see what you're saying. I really want to do some Tommy Hearns next, I think, so. He was killing Roberto Guerrero as he cans in. Who fought Robert Guerrero? Keith Thurman, right? He was killing Robert Guerrero as he came in. Who was? Danny? Danny Garcia fought... Danny Garcia didn't fight him. Danny fought... Really? I gotta go Google that. Danny Garcia. Where the hell was I? Robert Guerrero, he sure did. Oh, that's crazy. I had no idea. That's crazy. Actually, Robert Guerrero, me and him were from the same area. Kinda. I'm from the Bay Area. He's from Gilroy. And Andre Ward's from the Bay Area too, Oakland. I don't even think Andre Ward's from the bad part of Oakland, but... Oh, they fought in Puerto Rico? That's cool.
is that Leonard is standing right in front of Duran. I thought he'd fight him
Now,
side to side.
again, I know I talk
Duran is
about the
standing
active
very
guard
near
a
the
lot,
stand
right?
against
But
his knee.
look at his timing is crazy, and Spence doesn't set his stuff up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm from the Bay Area. Yeah, I grew up in San Jose, on the east side. Yeah, Sean has great feints, great feints. But again,
Shows his
this
knee.
whole fight is summed up right here in this little clip right here, right? Let's watch Sugar Ray Leonard first, right?
Shows his
Coming
knee.
forward, transfer his weight, right?
Is that
Coming
Leonard is
forward, a little
standing
bit of
right in
an
front
active
of
guard
Duran. I
there,
thought he'd fight him
but
side to
look at
side.
how
His
he's not
knee.
really
Is
doing
that
anything,
Leonard
right?
is
He's not
standing
really feinting.
right in
He's not
front
even
of
really
his
changing
knee.
positions, right?
Is that
His weight is
Leonard
on the
is
front
standing
foot.
right in front
He's
of
just kind of
Duran. I
coming
thought he'd
forward,
fight him side
and
to
then the whole
side.
time, oh yeah, he did fight Eric Morales, right? Spence versus Crawford. Oh, Berryessa, no shit. Yeah, I grew up like right there. Yeah, Berryessa. I grew up on Maybury and Jackson. Yeah, what about you, man? Oh, you ever been to La Vix? La Victorias? Ah, I love that place. Juan Manuel Marquez doesn't have the balance to put himself into a position to threaten Errol Spence as often as he would need to. Juan Manuel Marquez would get straight up knocked out. Tully Ave? Oh, shit. Nice. Damn, that's way on the east side, right? Yeah, I used to love going over to that area. They had a lot of Vietnamese coffee shops there. That was really cool. A lot of those places got closed down now, though. Marquez too small for Spence. Yeah, and like, who's the best chance to beat Loma, or or at least be competitive? Um, Somebody bigger than him. It's got to be bigger than him. No, Tank Davis. I don't think so, man. I think Tank Davis needs more seasoning. Maybury and Capital. Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, I remember Montgomery Ward. Oh yeah. I think the last year that they were around was when Furbies came out, right? Pokemon Red and Blue. My 6th grade year. That's a good point, Fluffy. Loma fights someone who he has a reach advantage on. No chance. Um, Wait. Who he has a reach advantage on. Oh, yeah, Tank. He has a reach advantage on Tank. Spence hits hard, has a lot of KOs, but he is no KO artist. That's a good point. Yeah, he's no KO artist. Ryan Garcia, what about him? Who? Ryan Garcia literally might get knocked out by any one of his sparring partners. So I don't know if we should be talking about him fighting Loma. I don't know who he's sparring. But Ryan Garcia is not going to beat Devin Haney. The crossarm defense? Are you talking about like Devin Haney cannot beat Loma. Devin Haney is no, bro. No. No, no, no. Devin Haney, no. Oh man. Um Spence Crawford. Crawford kills him. Crawford knockout easy. Yeah, I think late round stoppage. Um yeah. Um I think they probably are trying to teach Ryan Garcia Canelo style, but I was going to talk about that. So like if you watch oh, Spence's Crawford's just a better fighter. He understands boxing theory better than Spence does. Notice how Spence didn't do a lot of feinting or probing against um fought Judah. Garcia fought Judah. Oh, you're talking about different Garcia. Okay, I thought we were talking about Ryan Garcia still. Yeah, you're right. He did fight Judah. I actually picked Judah to win that fight too, but that's probably just me being a fanboy because I love Judah. He's one of my favorite fighters. That's what I want to do. Oh, I'll do a Judah fight. Judah Mayweather maybe. That's a good fight. All right, I'll take your word for it, bro. Just keep reminding me, man. Spinks Judah won. Oh, Corey Spinks, right? No, I didn't. I saw the rematch when he knocked him out, but I didn't see the first one. That was just a little bit before me. Errol gets by because he's a decent inside fighter. He hits low, which he never gets called. He does have really good punch technique, and he's really big for his weight. Those are the biggest things. But Ryan Garcia, watch Ryan Garcia on his the Viper bag, right? You know that one that he's like a specialist at? That's the reason why he stands like a robot, is because all of his punch technique comes from being in position there. Judah Roger May. Yeah, man. Judah Roger Mayweather. I love Mayweather's his little walk when he gets in the ring, and like he's like a little pimp. What's up, man? I'll put his hands up in the air like he owns the spot. Dude, that shit was so funny. But yeah, I never saw the Spinks Judah 1. But I should have. I should have seen all of Judah's fights, man. I love Judah. I think back when YouTube was first, it was hard to find fights like that. Didn't Roger choke out Judah? Something like that, man. Oh, you know what? Judah Zoo. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I think that Judah had the skills to beat Zoo. I think he did, but I think Judah just didn't take it seriously and he got caught. But I think Judah schooled Zoo in the first round, and he made it look real easy too. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, the reason why he's stuck, no, Lara does not beat Canelo. Do I think Lara beat... Oh, do I think he did beat him? I do think he did beat him. I think so. Judah did get up too fast too, but, you know, he just wasn't taking shit seriously. Jermaine Taylor, Pavlik 1 was a damn good fight. Yeah. I actually picked Jermaine Taylor to win that fight too. That was back in my, like, hardcore betting days. But I picked Jermaine Taylor to beat Pavlik. I was like, nah, man, Pavlik is going to get knocked the fuck out. And I almost lost my shit in that second round. Oh, the Cobra bag, yeah. So what you want to do, right, to get all your power and your speed for that Cobra bag, you want to be able to get all your power into it and then immediately let go of all of your weight transition, right? Because the bag is coming back, so you don't complete any of your weight transitions. You just hit it and then transfer your weight back. So it's do, right? Double end is much better. They're both fine. They're both, you can, the Cobra bag is like a very similar version, but you gotta work it correctly, you know? You can get almost the same kind of work in though. But I think that the Cobra bag is more, it's easier. I think it's easier to get good at it than it is to get good at a double end bag. But I think that if you start on the Cobra bag, you should be able to do the double end bag really well, but you can get very, very similar results. But because of the fact that he doesn't ever follow through on any of his weight transitions, he's always in one position, right? He just never changes. So that's the reason that he's having so much trouble. Ryan Garcia, anyway, in my opinion. But anyway, let's watch some more of this fight, guys. I don't know. To be honest, I don't have any experience with the cross-guard defense. None. I could study some film on it and figure some of the stuff out, but I don't know. But again, getting back to the fight, beautiful work from Duran, right? Never gives up his active guard. Even though he's staying in one position here, right, on the front foot, right, feinting. Look at how he goes and touches his glove, right? Hey, what's up? Hey, are we still fighting? Hey, remember all that stuff you said in the press conference? Hey. And then baits that attack. Look at how he just baits that jab, right? Just waiting. Boom. Beautiful counter. Boom. Now look at this, you guys. This is really important. One of the secrets to making this attack work for you, if you want to use it in the ring, look at how when he's shifting his weight, right? All his weight is on his back heel right now. And look how his front foot is in the air. But look at when he steps with his heel. And then once he gets his heel on the ground, he transfers his weight through his toes on the other foot, right? Very, very, very important that you transfer your weight like this so you can allow your hips to turn, right? But it's very, very important that it goes through the heels. What's the... Oh, yeah, I forgot. But boom, right? Transfer his weight all the way to the back foot and then all the way to the front foot, right? Very seamless weight transition from him there. Beautiful boxing. And then that basically is enough to win in the round, right? So we've got, well, actually, this might still be the beginning of the round. Oh, man, we're like super far into this. 3 hours and we haven't even got through half of the fight. I'm sorry, guys. For anyone who came for the actual fight, my bad. But cross guard defense, I have no idea. I don't know.
And Sugar Ray Leonard is not. He is being forced to fight Duran's fight, which is what you're seeing right now.
Great control right there. Beautiful. Leonard had a chin on him because that punch was solid. Yeah, he did, man.
There were some who thought
Boom.
that cold night,
Where was that control at?
I said that he didn't have a real sweat. He's got one now.
The underhooks, the wrestling and stuff.
Duran will never punch himself out. He hurt Leonard with
Actually,
his left hook.
Leonard's doing pretty good on the inside too. When he gets his arms, free.
I would never have believed it of Ray.
But Duran is just working him right now. Great work. Look at this uppercut too, guys. Beautiful uppercut here, right? Weight on the back foot, uppercut. No transition, right? No transition to his front leg. He keeps all his weight on his back leg. Okay.
What he's doing is getting his ribs caved in. And that's going to tell later on in the fight. Ray is hoping to catch him off those ropes, and unless he does, he's in trouble.
Now, it's really interesting, too, if you guys watch the Inside Fighting. Notice that Duran is doing a lot of control techniques, a lot of, I want to say wrestling. I don't want to say that, but I'll just colloquialize it quickly as wrestling. He's doing a lot of jockeying for position, right? He's doing a lot of controlling Leonard, right? Looking for openings. Underhooks, yeah, underhooks. But Leonard does not. Now notice every time that Leonard finds some space, he throws punches. But he's having a lot of, pulling the arm down, right? But Leonard's having a lot of hard time finding openings because of that. Because he's just being controlled the whole time. And because he's being controlled the whole time, and Duran is the one that knows what he's doing right there, every time that Leonard transitions his weight, Duran knows that it's going to be a punch coming. Head under raise. Oh, yeah, to keep under his head. Not great work right there. Just underhook him, throw him into the ropes. Pac-Man and Spence. I haven't watched the David Diaz fight enough to know. Yeah, constantly manipulating him. Very well said. Manipulating him. Now, this is a really, really important thing in boxing, you guys. Really, really, really important. Notice how he's on the back foot here? And he throws this uppercut. Wait, what is that uppercut at? Did I go too far back or not back far enough? Not back far enough. Yes, very true. You always knew who it was. But, maybe I'll find it again later. Great work right there from Leonard. Those are some good shots. Ooh, dogfight right there. All right. Ooh. Oh, this is the shot. I wish it wasn't cut off on the bottom. But beautiful shot right there. Oh my God. All right. Round 5, guys. And I don't think we're going to be able to finish the fight because I got to go to bed. I have an interview tomorrow in the morning. Yeah, so we're going to cut the stream in about 30 minutes. But thanks, guys, for coming out. I really appreciate you guys coming to check out the fight. I'm gonna kind of just let it play in the background. I'll answer chat and talk about stuff. If you guys will be like, "Hey, what's that?" You know, if you guys have any questions or whatever, we can talk about that too. Um, well, these guys are all a little bit bigger. Um, yeah, Joshua Spencer. I'm actually hoping to be able to do some of these, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, actually. Hey, bro, Xavier, the boxing nerd, come back next time and remind me too, because the next one I definitely am going to be doing Tommy Hearns. But Gilbert the Great, um, the Four Kings, talent-wise, beat Mayweather Pac era, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. Prime Pac versus Duran, man, that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. I'm not sure. Um, I'm not sure. Number one, the only southpaw I've ever seen Duran fight was Hagler, so I'm not sure. And yeah, I'm not sure who if that's like a good comparison for Pacquiao, right? But I think that Pacquiao could have competed in that era with the four kings, or what did I hear them called? The four, not the four horsemen. Um, Fabulous Four, yeah. He picked Duran over Pacquiao. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure because um, no, beginning of, whoa, no, I have never battling Sicky fight before. No, interesting. But but Mayweather, I don't think Mayweather. Maybe the younger Mayweather could have competed in this era, but Money Mayweather with the shoulder roll as his most whatever. No, I don't know if Leonard would have beat him like Leonard said he would have, just because Leonard beat his dad. But if you watch that fight, um, Floyd Mayweather Sr. was in that fight. You know, he was in that fight with Leonard. You know, he wasn't like getting, mollywopped. He would get kind of raked over the coals when he would put himself against the ropes. But on the inside or like in the middle of the ring, Floyd Mayweather Sr. was easily outboxing Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard easily. So I don't think that fight would be as clear, But I think Tommy Hearns would absolutely shit stomp Mayweather. He would make Mayweather look like a goddamn fool for being in the ring with him. Yeah, I think Duran would probably beat the shoulder roll too. Ooh, Aaron Pryor versus Pacquiao. I don't know, because Aaron Pryor was really good, man. He's also one of my favorite fighters to watch. I love watching that guy. To be honest, I think all three of these guys are on the same spectrum. Pryor, Duran, and Pacquiao. I think they're all very similar. I think Duran, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think Aaron Pryor's, he throws the most punches. I think that Duran had the most craft. He's probably the best of the three. But Pacquiao might be the hardest to fight. I mean, well, Mayweather didn't really ever find anybody who could feint, right, or probe, or walk him into shots, right? We have very, very, very few times where Mayweather was walked into a punch that he didn't see coming, right? And one of those was when he almost got knocked out by Marcos Maidana at the end of the third round, I think, in the second fight, where he baited the pull counter. Oh, that'd be interesting. Amir Khan smoking Duran, Pacquiao, and Aaron Pryor? Alright, bro, get out of here. Get out. You're not welcome. Oh my goodness, really? I don't know, man. I don't think Khan. I don't. Yeah, banned. I don't think Khan is just a very good fighter. Okay. Oh my God, killing me, bro, killing me. Oh man, my favorite fight of all time. That's tough. Yeah, that is some straight up heresy. Benny Leonard. I've never seen Benny Leonard. Um, my favorite fight of all time. That's a tough one, man. So there are a few ones that I almost wanted to play tonight. So I've got Oscar De La Hoya versus Fernando Vargas. That's one of my favorite fights of all time. Mayweather versus Gaddy. That's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Um, and Mayweather versus Corrales. Those are, you know, none of those fighters are like the greatest fighters, right? Like De La Hoya, he's pretty good. Fernando Vargas, he's alright. Floyd Mayweather, yeah, he's pretty good. Diego Corrales, he's okay. But the performances from the fighters in those, they're just, man, Mayweather versus Corrales, just that fight. That was one of the fights that inspired me to want to be a better fighter, to want to learn how to box. Unfortunately, like watching Mayweather fight and do stuff, he did things in a way that I just didn't understand back then, and it just made things really, really difficult. But yeah, Mayweather Gaddy, man. I remember I was dating this girl, and Alexis Arguello, who's very, very good. Yeah, but I was dating this girl with the Mayweather when Mayweather fought Gaddy. That was in 2003, in May of 2003. Yes, definitely performances over wars. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff. I don't like. I might call something fight of the year, but that doesn't mean that I wanna. Oh, okay, all right. Golovkin, Canelo 1 and 2. Both of those fights are some of my favorite fights. I love those fights. To be honest, really, really good. Um, I was one of the guys that thought that Golovkin was absolutely gonna stomp Canelo in the first fight. 100%. I thought he was gonna stomp him. But but Canelo showed a lot of growth, right? And that's really impressive for me. So not only did I get a war, right? Well, in the second fight, but getting to see them fight and use so much skill, like man, I love those fights. I think that both Golovkin and Canelo should be very, very, very proud of those performances. But yeah, when Mayweather was fighting Gaddy, I remember I was dating this girl, and she wanted to kind of wanted to be intimate. Her parents were out of town that weekend, and she wanted to be intimate. And I was like, no, 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 no. Let's watch this fight. Let's watch this fight. And she kind of got a little butthurt, and she's like, come on, what about our reservations? We were about to go out to eat to dinner too, and I just wanted to stay and watch Mayweather beat Gaddy. I was like, no, 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 no. This is going to be over any second, and you could just say that from any round. Looks so much smaller than Canelo. Um, I mean, I'm not sure how many. I'm not sure how many meals Golovkin had um, in Mexico that year, but Canelo had quite a few. There were some adverse drug testing findings that told us that. Oh, maybe they thought that he gassed out in the first fight, so they wanted to kind of lean him out, make him faster, right? Because Canelo's pretty fast. Yeah, I agree, Matt Newton. I don't really like Gaddy Ward. Like those are some of people's like favorite fights, and I just can't get into that. I don't want to. I don't want to watch that. Ooh, that was good. Great shot right there. Baiting that shot now. But slip didn't come up for the counter this time. Marlon Starling? I don't know. Maybe someone asked me about him before. Let me see. Nope. I don't think so. That's weird. When I put in his name, all the top welterweights of today's era pop up with Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and Zab Judah and Oscar De La Hoya. I have no idea why those guys are popping up though. That's so strange. Toot toot toot. I think his new trainer should help him. I think that, like, at the very least, it stops Golovkin from thinking that his trainer is bad, right, or not helping him. And like getting that idea out of his mind is very important. Examples for that: Triple G versus Canelo 1 and 2, Adesanya and Gastelum. I think Adesanya is not very good at fighting southpaws. You know, he just couldn't control Gastelum and keep Gastelum from getting that lead foot, right, or getting his head on the front foot. He had no control of Gastelum. He just couldn't see those punches coming. Marlon Starling schooled Hunnigan? Oh, man, you're like an archive, bro. I don't know who either of those guys are, to be honest. You know, there's a little Asian guy in my gym. KSI vs Logan Paul. You know what's funny, dude? I almost did a breakdown of the first fight when it happened, and then I was like, oh man, that might get a lot of views, you know, blah 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 blah. Um, and then when I saw that the second fight was signed, I was like, oh, maybe I should do a film study on that, talk about who I think is gonna win, blah blah blah. But to be honest, I think it'd be funny, but because those guys are so green, like anything can happen. You know, any of them could learn one random boxing skill and then just dominate the other guy. Yeah, that might be really interesting. You know, to be honest, I think it would have been really cool to be like a celebrity like coach for that for those guys. That would have been really funny. Did I ever do Crawford Spence film study? No, not yet. Not yet. Fauzi YouTube gets smashed in celebrity boxing? No, I heard about it though. For some reason, it started showing up in my feed. People were talking about it. That'd be fun too to do a celebrity boxing thing. Although, like, I think I have like a little bit more of an advantage than them, so it wouldn't be probably fun for them. But yeah, I want to. I want to do one. There's this guy that's been stealing my YouTube content. So I've been kind of waiting on him to put out his film study on it. Yeah, but yeah, I'm kind of interested in doing it. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Dude, that'd be so dope, to be honest. That'd be really cool. I think, to be honest, commentating would be a lot of fun, but I think I want to train people. I think I want to teach people how to fight. I like training still, too. I still do a lot of training myself. But I'm still just getting back into it. Not got me shook, bro, but stealing my fucking content. I wanted to I wanted to put out a video and then have him put out another video like a couple days after. Actually, I was going to hit him up on this Spence Porter one, but because my videos got taken down, I can't even really call him on it because I can't be like, see, my video came out first, bro. Why you copy my video? Because I don't have a fucking video. And his fucking videos aren't getting taken down. Fucking turd. Shit pisses me off. Anyway, Chris Van Heerden 9 fights ago. I really think Spence doesn't want to deal fighting someone in the same stance. Yeah. Good at training somebody? Yeah, I think so. As long as you can answer enough questions, right? Because that's all it is, right? I always use buzzwords. Have you guys noticed that boxing commentators are starting to use a lot more of those feints and probes and positions and stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
Can he go to the pit with Duran? He's in the pits and he's doing fine. I tell you one thing, it is an even fight, and it's so subjective that either
God
judge
damn.
can have one or the other.
Fucking ripped.
Ray standing, waiting to go after him. Duran
Another thing
into
about
that
like
hook, and he
older
gets into
fighters
it.
too, and I don't
And
know,
this time Duran
maybe they
returns with a
were
right hand to the body.
kind of. He wants to see his timing before he
Over
commits to his
Duran.
power. His right hand will
Good
be
move
the
of both fighters.
his right hand will be the key.
They're in the middle of the ring. They have plenty of distance between them.
Yeah, Mark Torres.
Duran is
Yeah,
reaching
for real.
towards him to the ropes. The fight is tight. Duran to the punch a little bit. Duran just missed with a left
Yeah,
hook. Duran
surface
coming
level,
back. He
right?
was
Yeah,
29 years
yeah.
old,
Like,
turning
oh, hey,
60.
be careful, you
Leonard
guys.
is
He's gonna try to
28.
punch him in
Leonard
the
is
face. I remember
22.
when I first started amateur fighting, I was staying at a friend's house, and I was like, "Yeah, I gotta get ready for my fight." She's like, "Oh my god, good luck!" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool. I got a game plan already." And she's like, What's that?" I'm like, "I'm gonna punch him in the face." And she was like, "Oh my god, are you allowed to do that?" It was super funny.
I haven't identified them because I don't
Terrence
think
Crawford
either of
call
them
out
are getting
Spence and tell
any
him to
best-known
put
fighters in
his
the world.
panties inside the
He's
contract.
entering
Yeah,
and feinting with
yeah.
that right hand, looking to throw the left, but the right hand is his forte.
No, I don't think you should go to
What is
15
the move?
rounders. I
Up
think,
on
to
the
be
top
honest,
step.
I like the idea of making them.
This punch are selling
I
pretty
like the
well.
idea of making the rounds odd instead of
Leonard
12 rounds,
landing
having like
double.
11 or 9 um, or 7. I think 7 rounds for a boxing match would be good. 7 good
Leonard
rounds.
fighting very
Um,
well off the ropes now.
but maybe make them 4 minutes or 5 minutes. I don't know. Nah. Maybe just 7 3-minute rounds. I love MMA. Yeah, I'm a big fan of MMA. Um,
Not like he
I
was doing
watch
before.
basically all of UFC. The
Exchange
only
of
one I haven't
punches.
seen recently
Back into the
was
ropes. And Duran
Cannonier
is always relentlessly
um,
pushing him back into the
versus
ropes.
Hermanson. I
Leonard
missed
fighting
that
off the
one
ropes.
because I think it
Duran
wound up being
spread out,
early in the
trying to
day,
get distance.
and I missed it. I just didn't
Leonard back to
realize.
the ropes. And for the first time, we see Roberto Duran on the ropes. And for the first time, I see a little anguish
Mm.
on the face of Roberto
Oh,
Duran.
interesting.
Punches to the body.
Who? Wait,
The corner.
really?
Duran is
Didn't Mayweather
fighting.
have all the titles
Can't
at
get
one
over
point?
the ropes. Go to the center of the ring.
Thought so. Cross arm defense. Yeah, I think you asked me about that earlier. I don't know. I don't know too much about the cross arm defense, to be honest. Um, I know that as long as you stick with the rules, controlling the space between you and your opponent, and controlling your opponent, that no matter what you do outside of those parameters, it doesn't matter. You cannot counter from that defense. That's a big detractor for sure. What happened to Cormier in his last fight?
This is a
I
very,
don't know.
very
To be
close
honest, I
fight.
don't know.
Very
I
close.
thought Cormier was gonna smash him,
Oh, the
so
referee is saying,
um,
let me get to him. Let me
I
get
don't
to
know.
him.
I don't remember what happened that night either, but I missed the fight.
Fighting off the ropes comes Sugar Ray
Um,
Leonard. Fighting back comes
yeah, maybe
Duran.
I fell
And
asleep.
they're back on the ropes.
Maybe they held all of them at different
At
times. Oh,
light
okay.
speed, Duran seems to have lost a little of his. But now he opens
Yes,
up.
Xavier.
He's been
Okay,
knocked out.
bro. I'll
Leonard
catch
laying
it.
claim
Mayweather
to
was
winning
never
the match.
undisputed. Okay,
Three
okay.
or four. Where does this man get the energy? Oh, a beautiful hook by Duran right on the button. A beautiful hook by Duran right on the button. What in the world? Keeping Sugar Ray up when he gets hit like
That was
that.
a really
The
nice
same
jab from.
kind of guts the other man has. Oh boy, are they giving it to each other. He keeps showing him the right hand and trying to hit him with the left. Duran turned his back on him. What punches? Low punches by Duran. But it doesn't seem to affect Sugar. This is Sugar Ray. This is Sugar
I
Ray.
think Adesanya is the
The universe is
shit. I
taking
think he's
time.
super good.
A bell.
Very, very talented. I think that I don't think that there's anyone in the UFC that's a better striker than Adesanya,
About
um,
30.
or even close. I know that
They call him
Adesanya
Ray Leonard.
had a close fight
And
against
Sugar Ray
Gastelum, but I
Robinson,
think that he's just not as
once
good at
coached
fighting
Butch Cassidy,
southpaws.
touched his gloves and
I
said,
don't think that's
"Don't
really a
move, Sugar
function
Ray, and you're not going
of
to get
him
more than
not
you
being as
want."
good a fighter.
And he didn't. But he has said about this young
What do
man,
I think
Sugar
Max
Ray Leonard,
saying? Pacquiao could be argued as being GOAT. Um, I don't know. Like, of this era? Sure. Yeah, I could see that. It's fine. But, as far as, like, GOAT go, like, no, I don't think so. Especially if we have an argument in chat about Duran being able to beat him. Any prospects? Actually, you know what's crazy about this YouTube thing? I don't ever look for prospects, right? Like I'll just watch who's fighting, and like when I started doing it when I was younger, I only did it so that I could learn boxing betting, right? Like I was boxing and I was learning fighting, but what really got me interested because I never felt like I could be like a great pro because I started so late, you know. I started when I was 19, but I wanted to learn boxing because of boxing betting, and that was really interesting to me. So I kind of developed this skill, like film study skill, learning to bet on fights. You know, figuring out fighters' patterns and whatever, and kind of taught myself all of this stuff. As you know, and while boxing at the same time, being able to like go in and practice and learn and whatever. But I don't actually look for prospects, but the YouTube stuff, people send me prospects all the time. They're always asking me, "Oh, what do you think about this guy? What do you think about that guy? What do you think about this?" And that's why I even know who like any of those people are. You know, it's really interesting. But there was one actually someone sent me. He fights in the amateurs right now, but he's turning pro soon, and he looks really good. But he looks like a kind of like a Lomachenko style kind of fighter. Pretty talented to be honest, but I'm not sure. I can't remember what his name was. But I've seen a couple of them. People send me stuff like that too. Um, Stipe is going to stop him again. Oh, you think they're gonna? You think they're gonna have a DC rematch? Oh, I guess they are, huh? Yeah. If he kept wrestling with Stipe, oh man. So yeah, to be honest, DC probably comes in with a better game plan than he did last time, right? Because remember, he went into the last fight thinking the fight was going to be easy because he had a great game plan, and then the fight was easy. But now he goes into this fight with a different game plan, untested, because now, you know, Cormier has spent, you know, the last like 6 months talking shit about how, or maybe a year, talking shit about how Stipe is vulnerable to this attack or vulnerable to that attack. So that makes that Stipe fix it. Now it's no longer an avenue for offense for Cormier, so he has to start over. You know, so that's a really interesting idea. Adesanya would kill Jones in stand-up IMO. Maybe if they were the same size. There's been a lot of talk about how they're different sizes, and that's really worrisome for Adesanya because John Jones is big, man, and that fool is strong. He's very strong. He's strong enough to out wrestle DC, and DC fights heavyweights. You know, argument for Pacquiao being the GOAT. Whoops, too far. For Pacquiao being the GOAT was because he's the only 8 division champ. Yeah, I can see that. So pound for pound, he's the best. Yeah, I can see that. I don't agree, but like, if you want to make that argument with somebody, fine. Kid Gavilan, I'll have to check him out. I've seen some fights of his, but I don't remember what they look like. 5-time divisional lineal champ as well. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, Cowan. Timothy Yable. Timothy Yable. Yeah, Duran giving him a lot of different looks, a lot of different feints. And that's been the story of the whole fight. He's landed this exact combination on him like 5 times. It's been, you know, really easy for him to set up multiple times. Whose craft do you like better, Crawford or Loma? I think Loma has more craft than Crawford. I think Crawford has craft built on many different boxing positions, but I think Loma has more deeper layers of craft. Roman Gonzalez killed a flyweight lineage that led through Pacquiao back in the early 70s. Man, Roman Gonzalez, I was never a big fan of his. Actually, I picked him to get knocked out in his rematch with Rungvisai. But I didn't put the video out because I didn't want everyone to unsubscribe to me. But I wish I would have put it out. I remember sitting in the movie theater. I was watching Stephen King's It, chapter 1, the new one, in the theaters that night. And when he got knocked down, I was like, what? Ah! I like freaked out in the theater. And people had to tell me to shut up. But I'm like checking my phone. I was like so into it. But I'm pretty sure that's when that happened. But yeah. Let's see. Pacquiao, the oldest welterweight champion of all time. Yeah, that's true. You think Tony has a chance against Khabib? Ooh, no, I don't. I don't really think he does. I think that. I think that Khabib. I think that Tony is really good in the positions right before Khabib kills you. I think that's where he's really good. Jones reached only 84. Adesanya is 80. That's why he wrestled him, wear him down. Yeah, he might elbow him to death, that's for sure. This is some Asperger's. I'm not sure what that means, merman. Are you excited to see Usyk fighting heavyweights? Yes, I'm very interested to see where he goes. To be honest, I would have liked to see him fight more at cruiserweight, then just move up right away. But just to see more from him. But I'm not sure. Yeah, old school fighting form is gnarly. It is gnarly. People really understood boxing back then. The trainers back then were fighters, who spent their whole lives in gyms, teaching people these things, teaching people these little tricks, So and now you have I don't want to talk shit about myself, but as my boxing coach says, people like me are ruining boxing, who don't have as much boxing experience teaching it, And I don't think on average as many of them have as much boxing knowledge as I do, but or study boxing like I do. But on average, fighters just aren't there's no one in the welterweight division right now that could beat Duran. Nobody. He would kill them all. Or Tommy Hearns, right? Or Hagler, right? I mean, maybe Crawford, right? But I don't think that any of them would really actually beat them. Do I think Usyk has the power to fight a heavyweight? I'm not sure. It depends. I think Wilder sleeps him. Yeah. I don't know. We're going to have to see how he looks in his first fight because I'm not sure. A closer reach. Adesanya would have a closer reach than most of Jones' opponents at light heavyweight, but even then he's going to have to... Yeah. Tony chances if he can land his elbow. I think that... So, someone did a post-fight review on Khabib and his style, and he doesn't actually look to wrestle you. He's not actually looking to take you down. He's actually just looking to get you on the cage and make you work. Right? He's basically trying to be your treadmill and let you wear yourself out. By putting you in difficult positions to defend and making you defend them over and over again. Now, that's really fascinating because Tony has so much cardio. So I don't know if Khabib can wear Tony out like that and be really effective. I'm not sure. But, dude, I'm super excited about that fight too, for sure. Wilder sleeps all of them. He lands clean. Yeah. Does Usyk have a chance against Wilder? I'm not sure. He might be too... I don't want to say he's too small, but once the difference between size is more than 7 pounds or 10 pounds, size becomes a big deal. I think Pac could beat Garcia, Porter, maybe Spence. Well... Garcia, if we're talking about Danny Garcia, average fighter. Porter's pretty damn good. I'm a big fan of Porter. Spence, he's a pretty average fighter for the most part. He had a great performance against Mikey Garcia. I don't know why he didn't reprise any of that. But what was I saying? Oh, but Spence is just too inconsistent, you know. So I don't know. Maybe Pacquiao does beat Spence too, but still, I don't know if that makes you like the greatest of all time for beating Garcia, Porter, or Spence, right? Because they're good for our era, but are they great? Are these great fighters? I don't know. Usyk too skilled for Wilder. I'm not sure. James Toney or Hagler? Hagler. I think James Toney's pretty good. He's like James Toney is really good if you always tell him what you're gonna do, right? So against a fighter that doesn't feint very well, doesn't know how to control you, James Toney is gonna murder that guy every time, hands down. But I think Hagler is he's pretty good. Khabib could hurt Toney on the feet as well. That's interesting. Picking Khabib on the feet. I think that's a massive mistake. I underestimated Toney versus Donald Cerrone. I thought Donald Cerrone was going to head kick Tony Ferguson into oblivion, but he just never got his rhythm. He never picked it up. So I'm not sure about that. But him beating Donald Cerrone like that makes me think that Khabib doesn't have any chance to beat him on the feet. The positions could be really afford the guy on the bottom opportunity to elbow him. No, yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, Matt Newton. He doesn't. Tony's not going to be able to work on the bottom like he thinks he is, because the bottom that he's in is just not the bottom he's going to be used to. Khabib, yeah. Duran's lightweight championship can be traced directly back to Tony. You're a savage, bro. I don't know what that means though. What's the significance? Duran's lightweight champion. Haven't seen Tony's cardio. I'm wrestling exchanges much though, especially with his back against the cage. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to have any success against Khabib on the ground. I'm really, really skeptical. Porter has a bad style for Pac. Yeah, I agree with that. It is not a good style for Pac. It's definitely not who Pacquiao should be fighting. People hate me when I say this, but I think Conor has a good chance against Khabib. Hey, Infamous, they fought once before. No spoilers, but yeah. Is Spence a weight bully? I mean, shit, dude. Every fucking really good fighter in history is a weight bully, right? Manny Pacquiao fights at 147. Where did he start his career? Weight bully, right? You got to reorganize your thoughts on that idea, you know? If you're an average fighter and you fight an average fighter and you weigh 10 pounds more than him, you should win, you know? But you still have to be better than your opponent, right? It's kind of like having that advantage, that size advantage. I kind of want to say it's like taking away all the draws, right? Anytime you have a draw, you just get the advantage because you have the weight, right? So I kind of think about it like that. Doing it, Manny. Oh man, it's 12:04, guys. All right, I gotta head to bed because I have a really important day tomorrow. But this was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you for all coming out and for checking it out. It was a pretty long stream. I'm sorry we didn't get through the whole fight. Maybe the whole thing was a little ambitious with this being my first stream and the fact that there's a lot of questions, a lot of people, a lot of comments and stuff. So, but I really appreciate the chat. Thank you guys. Yeah, and I will be doing more of these, especially if I'm just randomly watching boxing. I can just randomly watch boxing on stream, so I think it's really cool. I'm glad I figured it out. And yeah, don't forget to hit me up on that Patreon, guys, you know, if you want to help me out. But yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. And I think maybe I will put out my video tomorrow. Better Beef versus Vostik. I think I'll be making that video tomorrow. And then yeah, maybe I can do a live stream later too. and then we could talk about that video or whatever. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys coming out. Now all I got to do is figure out how to... Spence cuts from 180, yeah. I got to figure out how to turn my stream off, guys. All right. Good night, guys.